In fact, in every scene I'm in that I'm not already with you, I'm going to go and grab you and force you to do something.
No,
Fuck you.
No.
Fuck you!
Fuck you! Welcome to the Odyssey.
Welcome to this week's Odyssey Campaign. Today we've got a really special thing going on here. We're going to be doing a rotating DM session within one session. It's kind of going to be like the culmination of what we've been doing this whole time, but in just one go.
It could fail spectacularly.
It could fail spectacularly.
We're not going to release this episode.
No, it's going up regardless.
Yeah, this is going up in like June.
Actually, yeah, kind of.
So we got like 6 months before
It's
this
going to be a
thing
little
blows
while.
over.
We're going to be starting off with me, Joe, as the inaugural Dungeon Master for this mini vignette Dungeon Mastering session. And we're going to sort of go around the table with every other character gets to Dungeon Master a little vignette as well, in the attempts that our characters will have a bit more interaction and role play between each other. A little bit more intimacy.
Yeah, it's the on the road episode.
It's good thing my session is just sex.
Good.
Just
slow, passionate. Fuck.
Playing today is yours truly, Atlas Blue, played by Joe. And off to my right, we've got
Oh, Colby playing Dr. Hippocampus.
Liam playing Victus Golf.
Chris playing Zulgoro.
Morgan playing Whistler as well as Morgrim's corpse today on this special episode.
Sam playing the Taciturn Havoc.
Duffy playing Volley and Raven.
Zach playing Griff.
Excellent. And in my vignette, we'll be starting off with Griff and Zool, who have set off from the little caravan that we have to go and collect some firewood. Yeah.
I feel like everybody's vignette is going to collect
Everyone's going to come back like, hang on, someone needed to get food.
Who's been driving the caravan?
So yes,
No, we actually have a specific guy we hired.
So we've sort of been coming along the base of this mountain, and I'm going to say that we're on like the side of the mountain that doesn't get a lot of rain.
Yeah.
What's that called?
The arid side.
Yeah, it's arid.
Also known as deserts.
The side that doesn't get rain.
Yeah, but it has a name. They have got names for the different sides. I don't know. It's
You
about
might-
another hour or so before the sun goes down, and there's not a dense forest here, so you guys kind of have to go pretty far away to get some wood. So you guys can set off. It is the sunset.
About how far away?
Probably the better part of a mile.
Who's doing this?
Zool and
Zool and Griff.
Zool and Griff.
Yes.
So I'm riding on my horse because
down the road.
I'm an elf.
I think we're
Too
both
good
on
for
a horse,
walking.
probably.
Yeah, we're both on horses.
Well, it's a mile.
Griff's in the back, so
so-
he's probably hopped onto your horse.
Yeah, because Griff doesn't own a horse. Atlas will summon you a horse.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
You know, summon animal.
No, I know mount,
Ah,
which creates a mount.
fancy.
That's
Yes.
the only mount he knows.
It might not be a horse. It might be a pig.
How long does
Victus
this
can
last?
also cast
It lasts like 20 hours.
That'll work.
Victus is the mount.
Oh, jeez.
Somatic components.
You guys are riding.
So we're riding now?
You guys are riding out about a mile because that's the last spot that you saw some wood.
I know, Griff. This sucks. I can only pick up 26 pounds. I'm going out here to grab firewood. I'm already wearing 24 pounds.
Zool, I'm assuming we're going to make some fashion to carry this shit on the horses.
I hope you're right, because I only can pick up 2 pounds at a time.
Do you have a bag of holding?
Maybe.
We can put a tree in that thing.
I have a satchel of carrying. I don't think I can hold that. How much can you pick up anyways? More than 2 pounds?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Griff has not done his week best.
Tell you what, Griff, I'll supervise.
Did Griff and Zool take the wood cutting axe? I'd like to say I took the wood cutting.
Yeah, if you think that you would have been able to get it from Havoc.
Well, because we all know what it is, right?
The woodcutting axe? Yeah,
we all are
all see what
aware
it is.
that you can use it once a day.
What are you talking about?
Well, you might not.
You're not.
You're not here.
You're also not here.
Yeah, so Griff required the woodcutting axe.
Who has it?
Griff acquired the woodcutting
Yeah,
axe.
who has it?
I
No, you acquired it.
From
I
Havoc.
You now have it.
I'm letting Havoc have
It's
a
in your
say.
Oh, okay.
Havoc, I need
I-
the axe.
What for?
Getting firewood.
Oh, sure.
Didn't that make it better? So, Griffin Zool carry on in typical.
Begrudgingly not want to do this
No,
fashion.
no. Like road trip fashion.
Yeah, it's like a montage kind of.
Yeah.
On the road again.
So, Zool.
Just like cut that out and just
Like use that.
that got picked
Well,
up.
I'll do it for sure.
Well, Griff, these horseshoes actually now sound hollow. What's going on?
Well, my horse is like
It's a magic
magical.
horse.
I like inspect the horse. Huh. Yeah, it's like magic or something.
Lift up the penis. No. Like 3 Louisville sluggers put together. We're riding female horses.
Yeah, if you could. Go on.
So, Zool, what's with you and elves?
Well,
Get 'em.
if you don't know, I am an elf.
Blown his fucking mind.
But to answer your question, which will probably be more along the lines of why my religion, my government is more focused on elves, is because we, as a species inside Theramel, is we're kind of isolated. Pretty much we keep to ourselves. Anybody who comes into our force, we give them a warning shot, and if they don't leave, we kill them. That type of deal. And we don't cause trouble on the outside. So my job outside of Theramel is making sure that other species don't run amok and go over there. So if you ever noticed, I never do anything malicious to any other creatures unless they attack me first. But likewise, I am not required to help them. And I just get something on my saddlebag, ignore the hollow Tupperware sound. But
Eating some cheese.
yeah, eating some cheese. And as for the cheese, if you're wondering about that too, it's just kind of like one of those things where, have you ever noticed that if you give someone food, they like you a little bit more? I've noticed it.
Sure.
Yeah.
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 Oh, no, I get it.
Yeah.
I've been given lots of food.
Look at me.
Griff isn't fat.
But again, my main job out here is just to make sure that things out here don't become so bad that people move out to Theramel and then mess our stuff up. I'm here to make sure that things here stay nice enough.
Okay, so that leads me into my next question. Why do you keep on trying to put them into the strip club?
Well, so now that the strip club is actually failing, I can actually tell you the real plan behind that.
Oh, do tell.
that strip, trying to get them to the strip club was actually not the whole plan at all. I was going to use Bali as a resource in order to get these elves into the high town and into the embassy up there, because I can use spellcraft. So they were just going to disappear as they got in, and then they'll get up to the high town area, and I'll just go get another one. And as I do that, they can at least I can just keep getting them to someplace safe that people will respect them.
Was the elf thing in Hightown? That
Yes.
Elf temple?
Yes, that was up
where,
there.
where he sold an elf for the bottomless bag?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not selling elf.
You bought an elf.
I'm not buying elf. I literally hired him.
A bag
to carry my
exchanged
stuff.
hands and the man disappeared. That was a transaction, sir.
I can carry 26 pounds. I need someone to carry some of my stuff. Just for a little bit of time. He was getting paid more than what he should have.
The elf guy?
Yeah. He was getting paid, 3 times more than what was required?
I wasn't paying him anything.
The usage of the word should.
I didn't have a lot of money at the time anyway, so.
Your motives perplex me, Zool.
I figured elf's motives would perplex only a human.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't really understand other species. I'll give you that.
Yeah. You know,
I don't even really get my own.
Don't worry, neither do I. But after 100 years, you just learn to try to make them as happy as possible. That way they don't screw up your stuff.
Yeah, I'm like 20. So
I am 140?
I've been around for a while. I have not.
140. Actually, technically, 141 now.
Well, it hasn't been a year yet, I don't think. Has it?
Just about.
Yeah, we had the...
We started at the end. We started in the fall. So we're one summer away. From
So yeah,
a
you
year.
probably could have.
What month is it?
You probably could have aged a month.
Yeah.
It's sort of like mid-spring, so it's effectively May.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I thought
It's like the start of May.
I thought the boat journey was 6 months total.
Yeah, and that took place over the course of. It was like
2
the
months
start
there,
of
2 months
winter.
back.
Yeah, it was 4
Oh,
months.
okay, never mind.
Yeah.
So when is your birthday, Zool?
My birthday is... Is this following the same rules as... Yeah, but anyways, April.
I mean, you had to pop up some way.
You're right, I was not spawned. I was born to a lovely
In the
family.
beginning, there was nothing. And then there was Zool.
Well, if you're asking, if you want to know about my early childhood, if you're, if we're going to talk about this anyways, you know,
Sure, yeah.
old men
When I was
do
a
talk
young
about their lives.
warthog.
When I grew up, in our in Theramel, our society really, like I said, kept to ourselves, but we kept on learning about stories of the outside world, and I kept learning.
Thanks, we're recording.
Autobahn.
Alright.
At least he knows that.
I lost track. So
You were a young elf.
Yep.
Full of luster and love.
You said luster.
Pretty much learned about all these cool things outside of the elven range. These different species, and they would just all these stories about grand adventures, and that's when I really wanted to go out and learn this, and then just see this for myself. So as I grew up, I learned the ways of the Great Elven Court in order to heal, because I didn't really do a whole lot of killing. And then I went out, and then I learned the true fact of what life was really like. And then that's when I came to the realization that we really do need to help out other races in order to avoid them coming here, because this is just a plague out here. If you haven't seen that already with Lowtown.
So you work for the government of Theramil?
My government is actually more of godly power, and that's who gives me the power to heal and all my spells. And I pretty much work for them as...
The worst ambassador ever.
Pretty much.
Is that your profession, ambassador?
My profession is...
Does that say banker?
Are you a
Baker.
She's a banker?
I'm a baker and a cook.
Baker, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say banker, then the selling of the children.
It doesn't really work that way. I don't actually have the jobs aren't like the way that you would imagine a job being for humans. It's more along the lines of we work in order to benefit the elves.
Socialism.
Damn, commies.
The elves are communists.
Communism is the very definition of failure.
Our whole entire prospect is to just further along the elven way, and as I said before, keep going back to the same point of just making sure that these other races that only live for a short time don't muck things up. But for such short-lived races, you guys cause a lot of problems. I'm actually pretty surprised and impressed.
Yes, we tend to do that. Portanova is pretty fucked up.
Mayflies.
So I'd like to see Theramar. Do you think I'd ever be able to go there?
If you were with me and I granted you passage, yes, you would.
Would you grant me passage?
I'm not sure yet.
I would have laughed if he was just like, yeah. He goes on this whole tirade about, we can never have other species come in there. Can I come? Yes.
Well, here's the main thing. If you haven't not noticed, whenever we go on an adventure, there's always elves who need to be helped, but other races too. I can't help but wonder, does my government want me to include other races? We're fighting these things that are living cities, and now
Singular.
Yeah, that was one.
Living city.
We don't know what that was.
We don't know what that was, but it definitely looked like a big
turtle
city on a...
It was something.
Turtle.
I saw it up close. It was pretty scary.
Seven Deadly Sins, yeah.
It almost stepped on us. Yeah.
And...
It ate a portal. It ate a rift.
Yeah, walked right through.
No, it ate it.
It ate it, yeah.
And then it teleported.
Teleported, yes.
Scary.
Yeah, that was very scary. And now... No, but I've realized that... the bureaucracy has actually gone through!
Wait, so your religion is just bureaucracy?
Yes.
I pray to the holy C4
The elves
report.
have a government so strong it became a god.
Pretty much. So,
I don't get it.
So the way it was is that now we're having all these other races. I can't help but think that, through the acts of the Great Elven Court, it is trying to align ourselves with other races, trying to help other races. I wonder if maybe I had it wrong this whole entire time that only elves should be protected. Should it be other races? I don't know.
I don't know that I have the answer for you.
No, I didn't think you would. But
I can say that I've killed a fair share of elves who were the aggressor.
they were the aggressor.
So elves are not as pure as you might think.
You killed elves.
Sure.
Get him.
You may have killed elves too. Those that we felled have never really been clarified as a race.
Well, wasn't my fault they grabbed their rope.
At about this time, coming down the road, from the other direction.
Are we in like a forest at this point, or is it still desert?
It's still pretty arid here, but you can see
Like scrubs.
Yeah, there's like shrubbery
Cacti.
and a tumbleweed goes by. But coming down the road towards you is a hobbled figure, very slowly moving along. You can see that this character is holding a cane and is moving very, very slowly along this dusty dirt path.
Can I make out his race or her race?
It's race.
You can make a perception check. The both of you can.
13.
Oh gosh.
10.
Okay. After about a moment or so, as you guys are, unless you stopped, did you guys stop?
I figure we're still approaching, because we're like a ways off. From this
You're a little ways away, yeah.
If there's just nothing, we're like, huh.
Yeah, I'd say we're still approaching. Cautiously.
Up to the point where we figure out what we can see.
Okay.
And we'll probably stop.
After maybe another minute or so of you two closing the gap between both parties, you can see that this is an old man. He looks like a human, and this dude looks like he's more than 100 years old.
It's Alice.
Yeah. And he's got a really hunched back. He's putting a lot of his weight on his cane, and he moves forward, and he's got this old, like, brown, ragged coat on. Cloak as well. He's got a hood on.
Can a spellcraft check detect magics going on with a human? Like
a pretty good spellcraft check can without using detect magic.
Because I don't think I have detect magic, so I'm gonna try a spellcraft check.
Yeah, I'll let that slide.
Natural 20.
There's something weird about this dude.
Which is a 30.
You can tell. When you take a look at this dude, you say, "There's no way in hell this old man is just walking down this path. This is something."
Zul, there's no way in hell this man is just walking down this path.
What is hell?
Check your hand.
Are
Is the
you
sword in
saying that he's mostly dead and something else is controlling his body?
This is something.
I ready my bow.
So you draw an arrow.
No. I hold the bow in one hand, and I have like accessibility to access an arrow, but that's it. Like
Okay.
I don't make any threatening moves.
Okay.
But I just I'm ready to go.
Right.
So I've stopped my horse at this point. How far away is he?
The old man?
Yeah.
He's maybe 100 feet away.
Has Zul stopped his horse?
Yeah, because I am not a frontline character, so if anything, I'm
Neither of us are frontline characters. Ho there! Man, you have an air of mysticism about you.
Love it.
Travelers. I have not seen travelers in many years.
I say in Abyssal.
Your eyesight is going.
Are you the traveler we should be worried about?
So I just hear... Jesus Christ!
Oh my goodness. It speaks man.
I know, but if something's weird
Did he
about this...
respond in common?
He said he was speaking in common.
Christ!
I was about to say this was be like me and KG are walking down this long and lonesome road, so that's going to be the devil. No, one of you is the devil.
I just want to see, because if this guy has, just old man with spell...
I mean, he may have taken linguistics, so it might work out.
Remember, the demon code prevents you from
Declining the
using-
rock-off challenge. What are the terms? What's the catch?
So this guy stops. He stops walking after he hears this guttural and dark speech come from Zool, and he sort of like he puts more of his weight on his cane and props himself up a little bit more, and he moves his hood back, and you can see that he's completely blind. Like he doesn't even have eyes. Like
It's just empty.
His eyes are shut. Like they look. You can like if you saw someone with a gouged eye, it would look like that. And he says, "Oh, you speak the tongue of infernal beasts and demons."
Is that what that was?
I then speak in Elven. That's not all I speak.
Would you say something in a language I can understand?
Wait, I thought you can speak Elven.
Fuck no.
No, it's celestial. It's celestial. Okay.
I want this common.
No, actually, no.
I can understand celestial.
I say that in common. I say, that's not all I speak. How can you walk down this road without any eyes?
I'd like to imagine Jules says that in Elven. And then I say, can you say something? And then he says it again in common.
You don't need eyes to see where you're going. Not when you can see with true sight.
He's right, you know.
What is true sight?
It's a spell.
It's a strong spell. I can do it with time.
So this old man is a wizard.
Very much so.
My sight is not that of arcana or magics. My sight is that of perceptibility. What is ahead is behind.
It's blind fight.
He's got blind fight.
I feed it into it. Back when I was a young cad.
This is just Atlas in the future. You need to make something that's not a wizard, Joe.
Choices, the old man calls out. Choices are what distinguish us from the blind. Yes. And I see that you two have choices ahead of you. Many choices. Dark choices. Not quite as dark as Infernal. But they're pretty dark. Mind you that your choices should be heeded carefully. And your friends should consider your choices. And the old man starts to walk towards you guys. Very slowly. He's probably moving 10 feet per round.
I kind of, if he's right where the microphone is, I'm kind of walking this way to flank him, but still,
Still on a
fucking horse.
but still not threateningly. Not threateningly.
You've drawn your bow.
Everything's a throw in my hand.
In
I
like
haven't drawn it.
any other context, this is
A threat.
these are bandits about to fucking murder this guy.
Okay. How about this?
I was gonna say, you draw your bow, you're yelling in abyssal. I mean,
so I don't know what more.
So Zul starts to
In Abyssal, he says, "I don't want to hurt you, old man."
So Zul starts to move the horse off to the side, and I'm like, Zul, this man has not made himself an enemy just yet.
One thing you also notice, Griff, is that the Nova Sword, which until now has been in your hands whenever there was imminent danger, is not in your hand.
I was about to say, because if it was in my hand, I was going to say, he's an enemy.
At this juncture, it is not in your hand.
Okay.
So you tell me that he's not.
So at this point, Zul, he has not made himself known as an enemy. Just confusing.
Okay.
Clarify yourself, old man. What choices do we have? I know of time and its options.
Oh, time. Yes. Chronomancy. That's what they call it. Fun things, such magic. Magics I don't have the capacity of understanding. Yes. Choices. That is what is ahead, and that is what was behind. choices are made at every juncture.
True. We made a choice, and it cost us a city. Now,
It's fucking heavy to drop on someone.
Oh! You get one person speaking in Abyssal, another one saying, yeah, we kind of destroyed the city by accident.
What'd you ask him?
what's your name?
I've forgotten my name many years ago.
You just didn't want to make one up.
Shit. Hell of a bad scene.
He like looks around. Bark stoning tree.
You're not blind at all.
P-tier.
P-tier Griffin. Shit.
Oh, God damn it.
Where are you traveling to, old man?
I'm traveling to that which this road leads, I suppose.
I'm gonna
That would be the city we lost.
Bummer.
Which city?
Ingwith and Hafton.
The cities are gone?
One of them is.
Where did they go?
One of them got eaten by a giant land turtle city thing, basically. And the other one is just a orc settlement at this point.
Was.
And also got ripped apart by a rift.
Do you think that your choices have caused these effects?
No.
Directly.
Maybe not the Hafton one.
Maybe not Hafton, because I wasn't really there for that, but...
I sense conflict between the Chronomancer and the demon.
Oh, no, he's not... I don't know what that was about. He's just a human trafficker.
It was
Elven trafficker.
It was just a precautionary thing. I said in comment.
No.
I suppose it is precautionary to greet foes and travelers the like with the speech of demons. Yes.
Would the speech of angels prefer you?
I do not speak such language either.
Would you like to hear it?
Nice palate cleanser after the abyssal.
The man is now pretty close. He's probably not more than 30 feet away from you because he's been very slowly trundling towards you.
So they've been like yelling at each other.
Kind of.
I take maybe a couple steps back. Well, the horse does, yeah.
Really gotta get your gearbox fixed.
No, it's a semi. There's no synchro.
If you push that clutch all the way to the floor, man.
The horse starts lowering.
Oh, I jumped the airbags.
Do you know what lies in the direction you... Are the road that we're on, is this like a side path, or is this the way we're going to go eventually?
This is kind of like a side path, like, because you guys were skirting along the base of the mountain, and you know it'd be a lot of effort to climb up the mountain to look for wood, or you could just sort of go off and do like a tangent and stop. So effectively, you're running a tangent, a perpendicular tangent to the path that you were traveling.
What choices lie behind you, old man?
Behind me? All manner of choices lie behind me. Lefts, rights, sometimes a U-turn. All manner of decisions and dark arts.
What does sense motive do? Is that a sense of like morality or like...
Sense motive lets you know if this guy's trying to be tricky. It lets you know if this guy is being genuine.
Reroll.
I can't.
What do you have?
Not good.
I have a 10.
0.
No.
Yes.
4.
Oh, did you put ranks?
Yeah. My wisdom's -2 until Silver finishes my shit.
And I have a 10 for sense motive.
Okay. This guy doesn't seem like he's up to anything.
Those are bad rolls, so this guy's up to something.
That's
not how it works.
Take 10 to find his
I
motive.
have no bad feelings about this man. Let's kill him.
Whoa.
10 minutes. I'm sorry.
You whisper into his ear an infernal.
Whoa!
Yes, Satan.
Yes, Satan!
It won't be long before one of you has the option to betray the other.
Wait,
I don't really believe that one.
I'm sorry. You're gonna have to. I literally don't know. Wait, did you say portray or betray?
Betray.
Why would we?
That's on me.
Neither of us can draw.
Old man, I've
Can't you
known these
remember
people
your
for
drawing?
all of almost 6 months.
Where do
I mean,
your
almost a year.
loyalties lie, demon?
My loyalties lie
Theramir.
with making the world a better place.
Theramir, which isn't exclusively making the world a better place.
It's not making the world worse.
It's your goals and objectives based on your government.
And our goals is to make sure that the world doesn't want to go over there and that they're actually satisfied enough where they live.
Many a men have ruined this world in the seek of making it better.
And many have prevailed and made it better. Except for humans.
By this point, the old man has passed your horses and is still very softly moving along at a pace.
Old man, is there anything I can do before you leave to help you on your travels?
Help me on my travel. If you could give me my eyes back, that would be lovely.
I know some pretty metal healing, but I don't know if I know anything that strong.
It is a strong magic.
Is that like... Is there
It's like a 7th level spell.
what? Is that that's a restoration?
It's
The
regeneration.
spell of the 7th circle.
If only we knew someone who knew that.
I mean, be a corpse.
I don't have any of that.
Be wary, travelers, chronomancer, demon, that your time and your practice do not conflict with one another.
Where did you learn of the word chronomancy, by the by? And how did you know? You said time elude you.
Chronomancy, it's an old magic. Older than time, I suspect.
That sounds about right.
Yes. Have you ever been to a place? A dark place. One deep underground in the mountains north of here. So deep that you can no longer feel fresh air, that you can no longer hear anything but the heartbeat of the earth. In that place is where they speak of chronomancy.
Is that where your eyes are?
You are wise, chronomancer. In this place, only those who are worthy can view these texts, these pamphlets, these books of arcane incredibleness.
The ancient Elder Scrolls.
By now the man is maybe 30 feet away from you guys.
So bad.
No, he hasn't turned around to chat at this point.
He's got good hearing.
So
He says, "You folks are heading that way, aren't you? Be sure to stop in. You'll find the place. I have a feeling that you'll be able to sense it. Deep, deep down. You'll know."
I will be on the lookout for it.
Ah,
In your eyes. If I see you again in a couple of levels in Porta Nova, I'll find you.
very good.
And what shall
Very
we call
good.
you, old man?
You can call me whatever you like.
Okay, blind wanderer.
Blind Wanderer. Wanderer. Yes.
BW.
Yes.
Okay.
Bruce Wayne.
Enjoy your travels. We need to get firewood. If you see our group of travelers down this road,
Should I avoid them? Will they kill me?
they may. Just tell them that you spoke with us and they should let you pass.
Thank you for your wisdom, Chronomancer and Demon.
If you see Victus, stay away from
He
Victus.
doesn't know who Victus is.
He sees all.
If you see an edgy rogue, stay away from the edgy rogue.
How can you see?
You can see.
That's the funny part.
Before too long, the you realize that you've sort of spent a lot of time sitting here, and the sun is setting quicker now. The light is dimming, and Griff is now having a hard time seeing. You can see. It's low light vision. But you're not too far from the wooded oasis.
So I'm going to burn the forest down.
I do not recommend doing that.
No, but we need firewood. And I'm having a hard time seeing.
Okay, then I'll collect firewood and you can carry it.
I'm going to make a torch. Can you make a torch? Survival check? I don't think I have a lantern, so...
You know what? I got a lantern. I'm just going to hand you the lantern. Don't break the lantern. Where's my
I
lantern?
mean, I can spark. I can just sit there with my...
The lighter.
Okay, I got a lamp and I got like 5 oils, so I hand him a lamp and an oil.
Okay. You can now see about 30 feet ahead of you with pretty clear.
Is there trees around us?
You're getting it, yeah. So no more than another 100 yards, you can see that the woods start to sort of pick up, and you can see that all these trees around here at the edge of this wood are kind of flimsy. Like they'll be good for tinder, but not much else. You might need to go a bit deeper to get some more solid
I just need some
burning logs.
dead.
So, like, Christian Mingle instead of Tinder. It wasn't funny. Cut that out.
Leave
It
it in.
stays forever.
Everyone shall know your shame.
Zool,
Yo.
how do you feel when you do survival stuffs?
I feel very good about doing survival stuff.
Good, because my survival stuffs do not feel well. I'm a man born of the book.
Okay.
You should survive us some oh Jesus Christ.
I'm just getting my
Zool falls off
No, don't mind me, I'm just getting my decanter of lager out.
I'm just getting my decanter of lager, he says in Abyssal.
What do you need me to do?
We're trying to find trees, man. So we need wood to bring back. What do we need? We need something like dead wood? Or do we need green wood? I think we need green wood.
No,
it's green wood, right? We need wood that has freshly been alive, and that burns the best.
I got 11 to go look for some pine, deadwood, and stuff.
Yeah,
That's not rotten.
You know how to collect wood for a fire.
Yeah. I just can't carry it.
So you guys head into the woods, maybe another 100 or 200 yards, and before too long, you've collected a fair bundle of twigs and other fire starters, and you sort of come into this this bit of a clearing almost. And around you can see that there are some trees that have fallen down, and there almost looks like they're building up a wall, like the trees have fallen in like a way that looks like a fence.
I don't know about you, but I am very bad at killing things. So if there's things here that might want to kill us, do you want to stay?
Yeah.
Okay. You can go on ahead.
I mean,
I'll be right behind you.
we should just get the firewood and go back, because it's dark, and I can't see.
It's dim. The sun is still up.
Oh, we're in, like, the forest now.
Yeah, it's darker in the forest for sure, but it's you're not blind.
That was a perception check on the wall, but no. 6.
Okay. The wall you can see does not look man-made. Like the way that the trees have broken, it doesn't look like they were chopped down or cut down. It looks like they splintered and fallen.
Splintered and fallen, or someone snapped them off with great strength.
What did you roll?
11.
Looks like they're splintered and fallen.
Okay.
And at closer inspection, you can see that they're not making a perfect like semicircle that you've walked into. They're sort of making this like semicircles on either side, but with a pathway in the middle that leads through.
Hey, that looks like a great ambush point. Why don't we go through that?
You go first.
I'm going to squish you one.
That's 2 scissors.
I really like that. He's so like we're on the horse. Like one of us needs to go through this path. It's you, Zool.
It doesn't look like it's big enough for two horses to pass through at the same time anyway.
No, did you know he re-rolled time a couple times to get that?
Yeah.
He beat me like 6 times. Damn it! I know he's gonna throw a rock. I keep throwing scissors.
I walk closer to the ambush point, and because it's clearly an ambush point. I don't know what I can do. Let me see what I have for spells. Not that many. I get an arrow ready. Ready my bow.
Notch.
Griff is
No, not notch, because
Knock.
It's not notched.
Griff is going to prepare an action to, if something happens to jump at Zool,
There you go.
he's going to hit it with some light, searing light.
okay. And I'm also going to get a hold person ready.
Sure.
Okay. And I
So you
walk-
can't have the spell ready and your bow ready.
Okay, I'm going to keep hold person ready because I can do that and run.
So you pass through this this like narrow area, expecting a ambush, and when you cross through, you end up at this like lagoon, and the water glows like with bioluminescent bacteria, that kind of glow, and in the water are these ladies, scantily dressed. There's about half a dozen ladies.
Son of a bitch. I know what this is.
I bet you don't.
I know what this is, oh brother, where art thou?
They're-
Little baby. I don't want to get Christian.
Scantily dressed ladies. Immediately, Zool spots that 2 of them are elven ladies. And they are exceptionally beautiful elven ladies.
Thank God I'm gay.
Whoa!
Surprise!
And
Surprise, motherfucker.
and they notice you and your horse clop through this clearing and into their lagoon. And you see that Zool disappears as he passes through.
Well, he's dead. So I better bring this wood back to camp. Alright, I'll go through as well, and I'll prepare to searing blast if anything happens to me as I go through.
Okay. You pass through and you see Zool sitting on his horse, looking wide-eyed at a bunch of naked, beautiful women in a pool.
Spellcraft check?
You can make a spellcraft check if you like.
This is how we start this session? Love it.
27.
Nothing about this seems terribly magical, with the exception of you can't really see your way back, but you think it's just because you've sort of gone through some brumble and some brush, and you just can't see.
Hello, ladies. I see you forgot to wear your clothes today. It's kind of cool out.
I'm going to do knowledge history on this forest.
It is a lovely spring evening. They beckon.
That's your girl voice?
You sound kind of deep. Is there anything I should know?
I'm going to do 12 for knowledge history on this forest. Do I know of any myths or the history of it? Or
You've never heard of a thing, not in this area anyhow. Like you've heard of mystic oases and enchanted forests, but this just sort of looks like a pond, and it doesn't feel overtly magical either.
Okay, I'm going to try something. I'm going to use diplomacy.
The water's fine.
I'm going to make a knowledge history check to go back to the Odyssey and figure out what's going on.
I'm going to use diplomacy, and I'm going to say to the 2 elven.
Oh my god. No, boy, here we go.
I'm going to
What you gonna say?
I'm going to say.
Here comes
Great.
the news from Zool!
I'm going to say.
I give him a
We're
plus
out
2
here
diplomacy.
looking for firewood. What are you out here for? No,
Jesus
not even.
I like how he's like. I want him to be like saying that, like on his horse, like coming up with them to say them because he's like
Just kind
taking
of mumbling to himself.
No, that's no good.
It's like an infernal and a whistle like okay. No, that'll never work.
I say in Elven.
How you doing?
Can you help us this fine evening?
Well, I mean,
No. I'm trying to like.
no.
I got a lot of stress I need to help.
It's less about what you say and more about what you roll on.
Yeah.
Roll it up.
Not when I'm dungeon mastering.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, anyways,
You get a plus
diplomacy
two.
is
+2.
+2 plus diplomacy of 9, so that would be 21. So I'm gonna 22.
23.
9
Plus
plus
his
12
2.
is 23. So let me just think what I'm going to say now.
I'm going to say in Elven.
If you help us, I'll be willing to help you.
Oh my god!
I don't know what you said, but I feel like it didn't work.
The two elven ladies smile and one chuckles and sort of blushes and looks towards the other one, and you can see that they have like a bit of an eye contact between the two of them. And they say, "We can help you." Certainly.
Say it in Elven.
They're responding in elven, yes.
Poor Griff.
God.
Come on into the water.
Is a sword in my hand?
It is not. It is not. In fact, you notice that when you propose this to these two elven women, they move up one step in friendliness.
Because diplomacy.
Oh my god.
I am.
What are they doing? Are they washing clothes?
They're taking a bath.
They're not washing clothes.
Oh, so they're not. So
Just saying.
So
There you go.
I'm guessing. I'm going to look at Griff and say, "Thank God my
My diplomacy is so high.
my religion doesn't
My mystic bow is so hard and strong.
Thank God my religion doesn't forbode. Doesn't.
You trying to say you can have sex?
Yes, I am. Just more.
He's this articulate in real life.
I get it.
Yeah,
You don't. Your religion doesn't deny sex. If you want to go have a threesome, do it. I'm going to cut down some wood. So while you're getting your wood off, I'm going to go get us some other wood.
I'm gonna.
Wood all around.
It's a genuine wood party up here.
The pool is warm.
What? Does it look warm? Is it steamy?
A little. It's almost like it's a natural spring.
What are you gonna do, Griff?
I just told you what I was going to do. I'm
You're
going to
gonna
cut
get the
down
video
wood.
Okay. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
He's the only one at the table sitting next to his girlfriend.
I know.
I didn't think about that whenever. That's okay.
Oh, well.
That's okay.
Stay in character. You're not Whistler's
So
girlfriend.
is it just the two?
No, it is 2 elven women, 2 human women, a sylph, and a half-elf.
Ooh, short women.
Always putting in those sylphs.
Sylphs are sexy.
What type of
Sylphs are air.
Oh, are they all just there?
Yeah, Undine are water, Ifrit are
Okay,
fire,
I didn't know
and
if
then
there was just...
the whatever spellcrafting Orid are the earth.
Yeah.
Should have made it a lot.
Orids are elf?
I'm not smooth
No,
in real life, and I
they're
can't
not.
be
They're,
smooth.
they're
Oh, okay.
rock elementals.
I understand.
Is this what you deal with all the time?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
You're reflecting real life here.
Let the puns begin.
Go to sleep, you little baby.
Yes, we know that's what's happening here. Zool's about to die.
He hasn't seen that movie though.
Yes, I have.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see what
Or
my
read
character
one
would
of the most
actually.
Or
iconic
read
stories
one.
in the entirety of history.
I'm just trying to think what Zoo will actually
I
do
mean,
here.
there's worse way to die than Dick first.
I mean, he didn't die. What's his name got redeemed? when he came out of that, he was like, "I've been redeemed. My sins have been forgiven." Maybe
Yeah,
Cliff needs
and
this too.
Odysseus just got laid for like a year.
Huh?
And Odysseus just got laid for like a year, so it just worked out for him too.
Are we gonna come out of this and it's gonna be like, what day is it?
Guys, we're gone for like an hour. What happened?
Never seen so much
Speak of it.
You guys have been gone 15 minutes.
Just like making out with each other.
And like the dust. The old man just like threw powdered shrooms in their face and they're tripping.
Are you going to go off and take out your wood cutting axe and chop down a tree, or are you going to try to chop up a fallen tree?
Probably a fallen tree. 'Cause they're dead. I'm gonna find a dead piece of wood.
You find
Did
it.
it.
Did.
One thing you notice about this. One thing you notice about the tree felling axe is that it sort of has a second mode.
rapid mode.
Yeah. So it's got tree fell mode, but then it's also got like the wood splitting mode. So if you, as you strike this tree felling axe into this thing, it sort of like cracks through the long way and then like splinters it into like 6 sections along, and you get like this perfect like spiraling effect of bark getting chipped off and all this all these logs perfectly cut for you.
And it stacks itself.
Now that the work is done, you can come and join us.
I'm not done yet. I gotta load this shit still.
I haven't even
You
got
wanna
off my
help?
horse yet.
What?
It's still on top of my horse.
Okay, what do you do while I'm cutting down wood?
One of the girls, one of the human girls, gets out of the water to help you load up this horse, and she is stark naked. And you hear a little voice. It says, "Do not trust this woman."
What, do I recognize the voice?
You do?
It's the old man.
No.
It sounded like the old man.
It's the Nova Sword.
Is it in my hand?
No.
Seems alright.
Then do what you like.
You trying to tell me to kill her?
Kill her.
Jealous sword.
Sense motive.
On the sword?
Damn it.
No, I wouldn't.
You think that the sword's jealous.
Oh.
It's jealous. It doesn't like the idea of you being romantically intertwined with anyone else. What was that? What was that motion?
Think about it.
I don't know what it was.
So I got the sword.
Yeah.
You gonna stab yourself with it?
You flip it upside down.
Yeah, if you'd like.
The sword's okay.
Well, you haven't experienced the sword to have will or autonomy. It just has a voice, and it tells you not to intermingle with this woman. And this woman's got like she's sort of thrown together this corded saddlebag for Atlas's mount horse, and is now loading up these perfectly cut, ready to burn fire starter logs.
I don't know. It seems like she's just helping out.
As he's doing this, you can just see me sitting down with the two.
He's completely naked in the water.
Do you go into the water?
I don't go in the water, but I sit down on a rock, and you can just see me talking with the two other elves about
Come here
the
often?
Great Elven Court. Just as I'm taking clothes off, I'm just talking about the Great Elven Court.
The best part of this is because it's like a government that's divine. It's like somebody is constantly like, who did you vote for?
Let me tell you about the Constitution.
Man, I sure do love Trump. Like, oh, get this guy out of here.
I am so invested in the Great Elven Court that I can't help but talk about it.
The two ladies are also quite fond of the court, and they tell you that they are sent from.
In fact, they're courtesans.
They tell you that they are sent from Theramel. Theramel?
Yeah.
From Theramel, and they have arrived in this land as an act of diplomacy.
And I'm gonna ask them.
And with that, he gets in the water.
I asked, when did you guys arrive here?
One of them looks more mature than the other, and she tells you that she's been here for about 100 years, where the other one has only been here for the better part of 3 or 4 years.
Fresh meat, man. Go for it.
I think
She's gone, man. Just get in the water.
I'm trying to think of why I'm trying to think of why Azul wouldn't get in the water, but I'm not coming up with anything. I'm not coming up with anything.
You're trying to think of what?
One of these elves swims up to you, and she puts her hand around your like your ankle, or like her arm around your ankle in a very beckoning kind of way. She looks over to the other elf, and they both call for you to get into the water.
Please don't kill me. I'm gonna get in the water.
Zool's dead.
He's dead.
You get into the water. It's very warm. It's very pleasing.
Yeah,
Did you take your clothes off, or are you just in your armor?
I took my clothes off.
You're naked?
I'm naked.
Not much.
boy,
He's
that's
naked
an
in the
image.
water.
It's a lovely image. 140 years old.
Burned in my brain!
140 years old. I took that stuff in my socks now.
It's like a little grub.
The air is cooler than the water for sure.
Well, it's springs.
Yeah, they're like hot springs.
How deep are they?
Deep enough.
As you
Deep enough to drown me. To have someone grab my ankle and
2 inches enough to drown somebody.
well, it's a gradual pool. It's not like deep end.
Oh no! I keep my my cloak on. My cloak of swimming on. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, the
What about the eye patch?
Yeah.
The manta ray.
Yep.
Do you put the eye patch on?
manta ray. Yeah.
Do you put the eye patch on too?
Hang on, let me get into my swimming outfit.
And they say leaving your socks on was weird looking.
You don't have to keep the eye patch on your eye.
Well, the cloak, I think that melds with your skin when you use it.
Does it?
Yeah.
Does it? Well, I don't know. Doesn't matter. I don't go anywhere without it because I am afraid of boats and water and stuff. You want a beer? Have a beer. Thanks. Why not?
It's the mysterious old man from the road.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, I guess I hang out with the women.
Okay. After no more than 10 minutes, you can feel all of your muscles are relaxed.
Like relaxes and I'm losing control.
No, relaxed as in you're in a hot tub. And it's relaxing. And
You're smothering bitches. the fear and shock on Chris's face when I said that.
if you have any missing hit points, you can feel them regenerate. And and before too long, these two elven women are all over you. They're swarming you in a very good way. And the other three, the other human, the sylph, and the half elf have gotten out of the water and are now sort of flocking around Griff.
Ladies, I need to get this wood up on this horse.
We'll help you with your wood.
Yeah.
Also not part of my original idea. But, okay.
So, have I loaded all of the wood to the horse?
Yeah, Griff's horse and Azul's horse are encumbered with wood.
Oh my.
They've got wood.
There's some horses there too.
Right.
It's been such a long time.
Do I see Zool?
Gotta stop looking.
Yeah, Zul's getting into it.
And then I'm done.
Okay.
Is that accurate?
Jesus question.
Oh,
Whoa!
Roll a Constitution save.
yeah, give me a fortitude save. Give me 2 fortitude saves.
2 pump?
Yeah.
2 pump jump.
Fortitude is that's dexterity. I'm sorry,
It's a save.
It's a
So-
save.
Yeah, one of these. Yeah.
It's one of the
Fortitude that is 19
Okay.
That's good.
and 19.
Okay. You're having a wonderful time. Yeah, this is like the first time since you've left the Elven Court that you've been in any sort of physical interaction at all.
Yep, that's
And-
actually pretty true.
And it's heavenly. And these other girls now they're grappling onto you in a way,
Grappling.
and they're trying to get you to come into the water too.
Ladies, please. There's plenty of time for this. Just wait.
Why wouldn't Griff be with the girls?
I am not from Havana.
Baby, I am not from Havana.
Griff is dating his sword.
That's right. Okay.
Kind of. The sword did tell me. Griff is kind of on edge
He's
about
loyal.
this. I am loyal. I want to make That was a
What kind of check is this?
sense motive.
A sense motive?
Yeah, so that's 13 or 11.
minus 2, yeah. Okay. These girls are horny.
That's it? That's all it is.
That's what it seems like.
Uh-oh.
But you also think it's weird that they're hanging out together.
Very weird.
You think that's weird.
It's an orgy.
It might not be as weird as having encountered one of these girls alone in this random magical pool that's not magical. But you definitely think it's weird that there's this this coven of beautiful ladies out here.
I'm gonna try like a diplomacy check to be like, why are you guys just chilling out here?
Okay.
Can you cast
And I'm
Zone
gonna
of
do
Truth?
+2 diplomacy myself.
Not very good.
19.
Okay. They tell you that they're out here because tonight is a very special night.
Oh, boy.
No, we're not witches. We're not witches. You could call us that. I don't think that's as fair. Come and join us in the pool. It's a night you won't forget. Your friend's enjoying it.
Or remember.
Zool's just like, ah!
Yeah, he's like the scene in Jaws where he's getting pulled around.
They're standing out in the cool air.
You can make a perception check, Rick.
I will make a perception check. Zool's dead. That was so close. That's bad. Good. Oh, no. That's terrible.
Save me.
Reroll. Reroll.
Give me a reason not to be here.
Oh!
16. 8. 17.
These are some unshaven ladies.
My God.
It kind of goes with the time.
Yeah, that's
It's a bit more than you would have expected.
Oh, I know what's going on here.
It's a bit more.
Oh.
I'm on a track.
They're like werewolf things.
There it is.
Yep. And I'm over here like, yay.
Knowledge of religion.
Nature.
22.
You don't have any inclination that this would have anything to do with divine being or undead nature.
That's fair. Knowledge history. What is that? 9? 6.
6.
You can make a survival check.
That's 13 for knowledge history. Survival.
Yeah.
18.
You know that tonight is the night of the full moon.
Oh, God.
Get me out of here. Give me a reason to...
You got in the water.
I know.
What are the
It is
consequences?
not.
There was no reason why Zool wouldn't get in the water. If I didn't get in the water, I'd be metagaming.
True. He was using the excuse to work at the strip club just to help the elves. We all know his real game.
Let me, can I do another fortitude
Is there a full moon out right now?
No, but the sun is still going down. It's like if you were to peek out through what is of this wood, you almost can't see the sun. Like it's certainly not up in the sky anymore. But just from your internal track of time, you don't think the sun's set just yet.
I rolled a 17 fortitude save. It's been a while.
Okay.
Hey, Zool. I think you should get out of the water.
Why? This is so great. Actually, am I done?
You've gone for a few rounds now. It's almost like the water is so invigorating that it doesn't even slow you down. You've got no sex cooldown.
Well, he's got the mana ray thing. He's just swimming through it.
And
I'll ask him, why? This is so much fun.
He's gone from manta ray to stingray.
They're gonna eat you.
I stop. my survival instinct takes over, and can I actually do a survival check? Does that help at all?
yeah, you can make a survival. What are you trying to gather?
Well, he's all
Why
up
they're
in
gonna
their
eat me.
shit, so you know.
I'm all up in there, so I
Mana ray style.
You can give me a perception check.
perception check would be 15.
Okay. You notice that as your encounter here goes on, these women are getting progressively hairier.
That's
Just
weird
gives you a little more to
sorry.
grab onto, you know?
Yeah. One thing you know about elves is elves are pretty hairless.
Yeah, so I stop and look at it. We'll look at the hair, and
You sort of collect your senses for a moment, and that's what you wrote, and that's what you notice.
This is the second werewolf orgy you've put us through.
The first one was fake, though.
Yeah, but it's still the second one.
I
like this story.
through living for 140 years, I kind of learned to trust your gut, and when your
He
gut
went
says,
straight in the water. The guy who's 22 figured this shit out.
yeah, but your relationship with your sword. If I
It's
didn't
been a
know-
long time.
I would have been like, "Whoa, this doesn't make sense from the beginning." I'm a learned man.
Well, I mean, just kind of like, why not? They're two
been a
elves
long
and they
time
wanted me.
for him, okay?
So,
Oh boy.
He hasn't had any in a while. Let him be.
yeah. So I kind of gather my senses,
My
and
hand has led me to
I
places
kind
I
of
wouldn't go with a gun.
stop and start making my way to my horse.
As you start to try and swim away from these two ladies, they aggressively grab onto you. They are notably stronger than they were before, and they have stopped you from moving away.
Where he's in the pool with two.
Yep.
I'm standing here. How many are around me?
4. You are surrounded on all sides.
And they're all like right in front of me?
Yeah.
I holy smite myself.
Okay. Are you?
Chest attack!
You're not neutral though. So you're neutral, so you're going to get hurt still.
Oh, that's true.
But you can still you can make that. Yeah.
Hang on, let me think about this. Because that's true, I didn't think about that.
Let me.
Listen, it's not. It's good for you. It's gonna hurt you, but it's good for you.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Celibacy.
Whipping himself. I will not give in to temptations.
Oh my.
And we're off the rails.
Are you gonna? If you do make that, will you concentrate?
To cast defensively?
Yes.
Do I have to?
Yeah.
You don't know. You don't know whether or not these ladies are going to attack you.
Because they're kind of like, get into the water. And I'm just like...
They're jostling you towards the water.
I cast Sanctuary.
On yourself?
Yep.
Okay.
So any opponent attempting to directly attack a warded creature, even with the targeted spell, must attempt a will save. But yeah, will save. Sorry.
All right.
Eyes and knees.
He's in a well.
I teleport back 20 feet. Then cast. Holy smite. There we go. Now we're doing it.
Okay.
So it's just like...
Sure.
Boom!
Is that
That
a...
escalated. Thanks for the wood.
It's a will save.
How could be frightened of my
Natural
horse snake? I just realized that.
3, natural 20, and a 12. What is the DC on this spell?
It's a 4th level spell, so it would be 14...
Plus
18.
18?
I don't think any of them say...
Only one of them saved.
Okay.
I
I need some...
You kill 3 of them straight out. You can still roll the d8s, though.
1, 2. Are they evil or are they neutral?
They're neutral.
Oh, wait, no, it doesn't matter. So that's what was that, 2?
Yep. 7. I got 13. 15.
One more.
17 plus, what is it? Your charisma
Plus my
modifier?
charisma is just 4.
So that's
21.
21.
And if they failed, they're blinded
They're already dead.
Well,
Yeah,
if they
those that
succeed, do
failed.
they take half damage?
and negate the blindness. Yeah.
So 10 damage.
Which is like holy damage, too.
All right, so you sort of like part the trees, and the wind starts to rustle, and then the moon reveals itself as this holy beam comes crashing down into this quadrant of ladies. and 3 of them are just dusted. And one of them standing there, and she's like scarred and sunburnt from this holy blast. And she begins to like raise up her teeth, and you can see her jowls and these fangs like, and you can see her teeth are now bloodied and rent, and this mane of fur jets along her back, and claws burst from her fingertips, and she is now feral and looking straight at you, and begins to pounce on you. Griff, that's what happened to Griff.
Good save.
I like how
you can roll initiative.
I like how it's just funny because it's like so Zool. We both figure out there's something wrong basically at the same time. He's like, hold them, and his thing is like sanctuary. They can't hurt me, and then you just see off on the shore. Holy shit!
Nice.
19 plus 8. 27.
Okay.
Am I also rolling for initiative?
Yeah, you can roll.
Oh.
You're on your own.
5.
Naked man on his horse.
Son, you're on your own.
Still learning.
Jesus. Yeah. Griff can nuke her bitches.
How far away is my horse from where I am in the water? Because I can go at 30 feet using my manta ray cape.
He's just gonna free willy onto his horse.
Yeah.
Literally, free willy.
Zool, we cannot talk for the next 12 miles.
What did you roll? What did you roll?
Talk about
4. 5.
Well,
Nothing like saving another man's dick from furries to bring you together.
If you were actually an animal, does that make you a furry?
This is like, if you're Japanese, are you a weeb? The answer is emphatically yes.
Okay. Griff, you get to go first.
Okay.
Help me. Strike another bitch.
I'm gonna sear and light this bitch in the face.
Because if someone's chaotic good, you can't hurt them with the smite, can you?
No, because they're good.
Yeah, okay.
Theoretically.
Range touch attack. That probably hits.
Oh, yeah.
11 plus my bait.
Your base and your charisma modifier.
So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20 something.
That hits.
Okay. Let's do some math.
6, 12, 19, 25, 29,
Plus 4.
33.
Light damage.
Okay.
Shit ton of damage!
You just
Hang
sort of
on.
like...
Yeah, let me just read this real quick. They're not undead or construct, right? No. Okay, yeah. 20 whatever damage I said.
33.
Okay. You blast this searing ray of light at this human feral werewolf, and she essentially disintegrates. That was a lot of damage, and she only had 1 hit point left before transforming.
Just like smoldering piles of ash around this right now. And you just see Zool. Oh.
All right, it is now one of the elves' turns, and they spend both of their turns transforming into the same sort of feral beast creature.
Does it take a full turn?
Yeah, it takes.
Oh, thank God.
And now's your turn.
Okay, I can move at 30 feet.
Okay.
I go
But naked, you should be running at 40.
pretty much. Well, okay. How far is my way from my horse?
Your horse is on shore about 30 feet away.
Okay.
Yeah.
I take my whole movement action to get to my horse. I'm assuming because I'm a neat freak, I put my armor like in the saddlebag of the horse. I hop on my horse and I go.
Okay.
Attacks of opportunity?
He does get attacked.
I do.
2 attacks. Oop, that was
Sorry.
Natural 20.
Oh shit.
To confirm,
Reroll.
it was denied.
You already said it, yeah.
Yeah. That's a 15. It's stable. What's your AC?
Oh no, my AC is like
Well, he's naked.
My
you're
minus
naked.
armor.
You're butt naked.
less than that.
Okay.
Whatever.
This is a critical hit.
Zool's gonna die.
touch.
Okay. Well, hopefully it doesn't go over
Take
59.
your ball with him.
He's not gonna die.
He's gonna lose a very important piece.
She was still holding on when he ran.
Okay, you take 19 damage. Oh, actually, hang on. What's the will
It's like
save?
a rubber band.
14.
Okay, so that first one didn't hit you anyway. Actually, neither of these can burst through the sanctuary, and they just sort of swipe and claw at you, and you're able to get to your horse.
Your testicles are saved today.
I ran out of there as fast as I fucking go. Oh, wait, no. Aren't you near your horse?
No. I mean, I'm near it, but I'm not on it.
He just leaves you.
I mean, fine.
Okay.
No, if that's what you're going to do it.
No.
I got it, man. It's cool.
You just smited everybody.
Yeah, you just
around
watched me annihilate them.
I'm here butt naked.
He's probably fine.
He's probably fine.
He got his jellies. He's out.
I look at Griff and go, I'm out of here. And I just
Gallop away.
I really like this because... So, is it me?
Yeah.
Wait, does he make eye contact with me?
Yeah.
Completely butt naked on my horse.
Yeah.
So Griff's kind of standing...
That means as I'm running away, you just see everything.
How far away from them am I?
From the two ladies? About 30 feet.
Okay.
And they're in the water.
And they're in the water.
Yep.
And I'm kind of like standing up on the shore. So Zool rides away, and I just see him right away.
He's also got this like manta ray skin on him. Yeah.
And you
So-
see everything flopping around.
And an eye patch.
And
Griff-
eye patches.
Griff kind of turns to them and takes on a much more serious nature now that he's alone. And I'm going to make quickly a diplomacy check.
You're speaking a celestial because you're in combat.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
We'll see what happens.
I think he's a god already.
I'm going to make a celestial. Probably won't work, but diplomacy check. I wish I knew tongues. Hold on. Just to be, is this an action or is this a free action?
It's a free action.
Okay. To just be like really dark. Like, you saw what I did to your kid. Are you ready for that to happen to you?
Okay.
19, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Would that be intimidating?
It kind
It's
of
kind
would
of
be,
intimidating.
but I wanted to use diplomacy. But I can use it.
You see that these two ladies
Are feral.
they're feral. They can't understand what you're saying, but you also see that it doesn't look like they're getting ready to attack you. Like they're still in the water. They're 30 feet away, and you think that you could get away.
I holy smite them.
Okay.
Shabang!
Is this the area? This is Mike as well. This is the same one. Oop, that's a fail. And that's a fail.
I think they die.
They're probably dead. We're gonna find out.
2, 6, 10, 18, 19,
What score?
23.
3.
Plus they're blinded.
Nope,
If they're alive.
They're dead. Yeah. So you just sort of smoke these two other ladies in the water.
Yeah,
They-
so
they
Griff
get ashed.
turns around and maybe it's Griff, maybe it's the sword, who knows? But he gets dark and he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill some bitches. And they don't do anything, so he just fucking nukes them.
Okay. They're dead. The area is now quiet. The full moon above you, you can still see the full moon above you. The trees are swaying now. You realize that you've been gone from camp probably for a little while longer than you imagined. And
Zool's gone.
you're alone. You're now alone in this wood.
I'm gonna do a quick perception check.
Sure.
Is there anything around me? 16.
It looks like the ladies had stuff.
What's in the stuff?
Um,
What's in the box?
Zool knows.
Gross.
One thing each of these ladies has is or actually only two of them have this, are 2 mithril daggers, and the other 4 each have a silver dagger, an alchemical silver dagger.
I would like to say I didn't go all the way back to the thing. I didn't completely abandon him. I just need to get out of there, out of the fighting zone.
Okay.
2 alchemical
So how
silver
about
dagger?
how far do you go?
Yeah, and 2 silver.
As far as the
Let's
sword can take
let's say 100 feet past the
them.
Well, so if
defense.
we're deep, he couldn't double move on his turn, could he?
No.
So it took me...
But it's technically his turn now.
Yeah, so the double move would get me out of that. And then I guess I'm just going to stop and do a quick perception check.
Is the hallway still, like, obscured?
After he burst through it at high speed, you can see. It was just like brush and clutter.
Okay. So only a 5 perception check, but... I mean, 7.
It doesn't sound like anything's coming for you.
Would he have heard, like, the...
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I am going to stop and start getting in my armor.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So you go through these ladies' things, and the only thing they really have of value is these knives. They don't have any money. They don't have any food. They don't have anything really. It's just the knives.
Just the knives.
And their clothes, if you want their clothes.
No, it's gross.
Okay.
Yeah, women.
Are you going to leave?
Yeah. So Zool is, like, on the side of the road, like...
Zool's standing. You leave through the fenced off.
So I'm going to, like slowly trot out, like...
And I'm going to rush...
And you're, like, on the side, like, rushing to put shit on, and I'm just, like, coming out, like... You ready to go back?
So, I'm guessing I'm completely dressed now?
Yeah.
Like, what took you so long? I thought you were going to get yourself out of there.
I did.
Did you... What about the other ladies in there? Or are they ladies? I don't know. It felt good, but I don't know.
I finished them off.
Even after 3 rounds? Yep. Oh, wow.
What is this round you speak of?
No, I mean... No.
I suspect we've been gone longer than we think we have.
You notice that the sun is set, and camp doesn't even look that far away. You can just about see where the caravan was.
I suggest we get back.
Okay. So I guess... What about... Do they have anything on them that might be useful? Do we know any... I mean, I didn't see much on them.
Just end them.
I noticed.
Yeah.
Just some daggers. Nothing I can tell whether it's important or not. But
if we head back to the camp, do you think we're going to bring any I don't know, foes with us? Like, as in...
Do you think if someone's going to follow us?
I don't know if someone's outside of this camp.
No, nobody's going to follow us.
He, like, chuckles in a deep, menacing chuckle.
Demonic. I heard abyssal. I was like, speak abyssal. Whoa!
I understood that. Alright, so I guess
I start heading back.
Head back at my horse, and I guess I head back with them, and I go. So, when we get back to camp, no need to mention that they were actually werewolves. Actually, you know what? We just had a normal time out getting firewood. Does that sound good? There's gonna be a cookie in it, a piece of cheese in it for you. How about 3 pieces of cheese?
I think I'm okay with that.
You okay with 3 pieces of cheese?
Well,
As we read back, Zool gets out his 3 pieces of cheese.
okay. After not more than 15 or 20 minutes, you guys find yourself back at the camp. You've delivered your bundle. Everyone around the camp is wondering what the hell took you so long. It's now dark. And a fire is lit.
Thank goodness.
Griff, like, drops to the wood. What the fuck took you so long? This time. Just get away from me.
And if there's anything you guys would like to do as your sort of parting statement here, you can do that. Or we can move on to the next one.
I walk up to Zool.
Yeah, there's no need to mention what happened, like, ever.
What happened on Brokeback Mountain will stay on Brokeback Mountain.
I walk up to Zool and I pat him on the back and I'm like, it was pretty cold in that forest, wasn't it? It was pretty cold.
That's you saw everything, didn't you? I'm just saying it was pretty cold, yes.
Zool
Not
and
my
Griff.
axe back.
Zool and Griff, who have now seen each other in the most intimate way.
I check out the daggers like, why do you want to look at these? I don't know what they are.
Now, I know something about knives. I'm going to do a perception check on Zool.
Zool.
I smell sex. I know what that's
I smell sex and dog?
Arcana for me? Want me to do an Arcana check on him?
Zool, did you... Are you and Griff?
No.
Oh, okay.
We're just cutting down some trees.
This was the first time I had alone to myself, so
We weren't alone.
I went away from him a little bit.
Back to back.
What? If you want to know about that, if you want to know.
Just talk to Atlas. He can literally just make you like a room.
Hey, Atlas, I'm going to need a mind wipe.
It only works for 6 seconds.
I'm going to need a mind wipe. On both of them.
I'm busy.
Do your function.
I guess Griff wants me to do an Arcana check for him on his knives.
Just somebody inspect them and see
Or
if there's
inspect
anything
them.
special about
They're
them.
not magic.
Okay, that's
You identify
Feed them.
that they're special materials, but they're not magical.
He feeds him to himself. On that note, we never spoke of this again.
They're an adamantium and a silver knife.
No,
No,
mithril.
they're mithril. There's 2 mithril
Yeah,
knives,
two mithril.
2 alchemical silver knives.
You've already eaten a adamantium shard.
Yeah, so I don't know if the mithril would make a difference, but I do check out the silver. Elemental silver.
One thing you know about alchemical silver is that it has a tendency to make blades kind of loppy and a little bit less effective. But you know, it's good for
It's good for like killing rebels.
certain things.
So I'm gonna.
But you also know that mithril has the same
Is
quality.
it silver what you used to kill werewolves?
Yes,
They had those?
they have.
It's probably to kill other weapons.
But you also know that mithril has the same silver quality as alchemical silver, but without the drawback.
Oh,
And it's light.
then I kind of mush the two together.
Your dagger consumes the mithril, and it becomes this real mosaic of adamantium and mithril and steel and magic, and it's also lighter. It's now 1/2 the weight somehow.
Oh,
Even though that mithril dagger only constitutes about 1/3.
And on that
Do you
note,
feed both of them or one?
no, I only feed one.
And there you go. You guys can rest down for the night with little more than your shame in your pockets. And we can move on to the next.
One of us significantly more.
I'm sorry, how many mithril and how many adamantium?
This isn't about you!
2, and there's 2 mithril and 4 silver.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And there's now 1 less mithril because you ate 1.
Yep. You know what I learned from this?
nothing.
Lots of things.
Griff is awesome, and Jewel is still embarrassing.
Good lesson. Who's running the next?
Just go around the
Just
table.
go
Colby.
around the table, Colby.
Conveniently, Colby. And it's Havoc and Volley.
Nice.
It's been a couple days.
How long has it taken us to get to the place so we don't...
It's 6 months.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, plenty of time.
If it has been a couple of days, you can make a perception check. One perception check for you, Zool.
Is he like tainted or something?
He's got an
4
STD.
plus 5 is
No.
9.
9? Alright, you're fine.
That means
Yeah, if you have bite marks.
Oh! I'm going to have to kill you.
He's got the
So-
silver sword.
It has been a couple days.
All right.
You guys have gotten a little farther. You've gone into the woods now, traveling up through the woods. And over the course of this time, you've been eating your rations, and you realize, oh, well, kind of need some food. Because you look, all those nice rations that Atlas has gotten,
That was all
It's all
alcohol, and
booze.
he has not shared any of it.
it's all
He's a
booze.
jerk.
You got nothing to eat. It's been a little while. You gave most of your emergency rations to the people of, what was it?
Ingwith.
Ingwith and Hafton. And so you'd need somebody to go with food. Havoc, I'm going that you volunteered, and Volley, you unfortunately got the short straw.
Alright, I mean, I don't care. I can try to hunt. I don't know if I'm any good at it, but yeah.
I'm a decent hunter.
Alright, I'll try to learn something from this
Griff can vouch for
experience.
that. He's a
Give me some survival checks.
Right, how many would you like?
Just one. One each.
That is a 26.
That is a 17.
So, Havoc, you have caught the trail of a nice deer, big buck.
Okay.
And you're leading Volley through the woods.
See where the brush is tramped down here?
Is it a boar?
No,
What is it?
that's deer tracks.
Ah.
You can tell because there's a pile of deer scat.
Enlarged sign. And the deer.
and if you were to look up, right over there is the deer.
Oh shit.
So keep your voice low. I will. I was just coming up with stuff. Do I actually see the deer out in the forest? All right.
It's a little ways away. You gotta get a little closer, probably.
I will motion to Volley then to be quiet, right, instead of the shush motion, and to lay low. And I'm going to. I don't have my armor on. I don't hunt with my armor.
I'll give you either stealth or survival.
To get closer.
To get closer.
I'll go with survival. I think that's a bit better than my stealth.
Hunter's instinct.
That's a 27.
Yeah, you managed to get up. You can probably. I don't know if you have any ranged weapons or you just trying to whip it.
So, Havoc has a very particular way of hunting. Because he's not going to kill this deer. He's going to get right up to it, and he's going to touch it, and he's going to let it go.
Mm-hmm. You do need food.
Yes, and we will find some other food. But this deer, I'm just going to get right up to it, and I'm going to pet it with a handle animal check, and then...
Okay, go ahead and try that.
Here's a handle animal, plus 14, for a 30.
Yeah, you somehow, with the animalistic features that hobgoblins have, they're not really human-like, so you're able to get up closer to it. And it's a little frightened at first. It starts as you touch it, but it sees you're not doing any harm to it, and it allows you to stroke it before bounding off further into the woods.
And then I turn to Volley and go, all right, what do you want to eat?
Is that a boar track?
Yeah, sure, let's go get some boars.
All right.
All right, I'm going to go
I like
see if we
bacon.
can track some boars.
I like bacon.
That is a 28.
All right, you
I've rolled a 16, then a 17, then an 18.
You find some tusk scrapings in the dirt, a little bit of clay, and some scrapes on the.
So see how they make these gouges in the bark?
Yeah.
They're sharpening their tusks for the fight. So when the boar charges you, you brace yourself and you drive your weapon into its body.
Alice has no
Or-
any ranks in survival.
Atlas.
Volley.
Or volley. I'm sorry.
It's like the 5th time.
I know, I'm losing my mind right now. So he's really just trying to learn right now. He has no idea about hunting or anything like that.
I mean, what he's telling you, it's kind of advanced. You're like.
I'm trying to pick
Yes.
up some things. Okay. Yeah.
And you figure it's like 4 boars.
All right. How do you want to go about this?
Do you fight up close or from a distance is better for you?
I'm more of an up close kind of guy.
How much can you attack at once? How many times can you attack?
3.
Right. I'm gonna make you invisible and let you go up close to him.
Sure.
So I'm assuming we're gonna try to get up as close as we can, and I'll cast Vanish on you.
Yeah, we do something like that.
All right, so you begin stalking these wild boars, and after a little while, you pick up a little more sense, a little more, and through a little bit of bush, you see 4 boar. You see a large male, a female, and a couple juvenile boars, probably just born within a couple months.
You ready? We don't need to take them all.
No, just the male.
Just the male's fine. All right, I cast Vanish on Havoc.
All right.
Does that have a somatic or a verbal component?
Yes.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Give me a stealth check then.
I mean, I can just say I whispered it.
Boars have good hearing.
That's a mess.
Debatable.
I'll make a nature check to see if they have good hearing. That's a 14.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, they've got. Just keep your voice down.
I don't think I have anything in stealth. So 14.
Yeah, they pick up their head a little bit. They look, but they don't seem to catch your scent or catch you.
Right. And I'm now invisible.
You are invisible.
All right. I will sneak up behind the male boar, and I will attack it 3 times. What do I have? I suppose I would have brought my falchion along, so I'll use that, I guess. And I will attempt to just behead this guy in one go. 2 attacks.
Although you are invisible, give me a stealth check on that. Because you're
gonna give him like a
or
plus
give me a
20.
survival.
Survival?
So like walk through without
I
stepping on
rolled a
twigs.
19, so on my survival checks I've gone from 16 to 19.
Good.
You carefully place your foot every single step. You look for just the softest pine needles.
My cleats are off, I'm barefoot, I'm just
You
sneaking
just go
through.
like tiptoe through these woods, and you get right up next to this boar.
Right. And now I will make an attack roll.
You're probably gonna. How much damage are you gonna do?
Well,
It's over 9,000.
it would be 2d4 plus 7.
For an unaware boar, I'm going to say you do that much damage.
Okay.
He is killed.
It is.
And that's one attack.
That is one attack.
So it would be
You-
8d4 plus 14 damage.
How are you killing this boar? You just
I just take its head off.
You lop its head straight off. Blood splurts out. It hits the female pig. She just bolts through the bushes.
You
Oh,
emerge
I
from
pick
invisibility.
I pick up one of the children and I say, "Remember me."
No, he's visible now.
Yeah, it goes away as soon as...
Tell the
I-
other bears what you saw.
I imagine that the small pigs would have run off as well.
Oh, they
There's
skid
a great
right
deal of
away.
squealing and blood.
Oh, yeah.
And I look up at Volley cheerfully and go, "All right,
We
you
do
carry
good.
it back."
Yeah, I mean, I got the strength, so why not?
And I clean the blood off of my blade and resheath it.
Did we? I'm assuming we took our horses to the edge and then walked the rest of the way from there?
I would imagine that we were on foot.
Okay.
We can carry it between us.
Yeah,
I
I
guess.
mean, that's fine.
Yeah, it's a pretty sizable boar. It's gotta be at least like 60 pounds.
Tie it up on a stick.
Like we each grab a leg and we carry it
Yeah.
between us.
Yeah, you got.
I'll get the bloody end. He gets the non-bloody end, and I've got the head in my other hand.
Give me you have to clean this. Give me a survival. See how well you do at cleaning.
I've got plus
Come on,
10 to
nat 20.
survival. No, not a natural 20, but it is a 22.
You clean it very efficiently. Like this is gonna be perfect.
Like split it down the middle, guts come out, make sure none
Cut
of the
around
organs
the anus
burst,
and
you know,
pull that
all
out.
that stuff.
Jesus.
That is, yeah, because the intestines, you gotta get them out. That's the end of the intestines.
Gonna make sausage? We gotta make some sausage.
Oh, okay. All right. I will rescue the intestines.
Wraps around his neck.
We've got yes. So I've got the intestines around my neck. We're carrying.
Oh yeah, that's where the good stuff is.
Oh! Sweet heaven.
Oh man, I don't know if that grosses me out or not. I would assume that might.
We went from one end of the spectrum to the other.
So,
But where the heck did you learn to do that?
so I'll empty out the intestines. I've got them carried around my neck. We've got the pig corpse between us, and I've got the head in my other hand, and we're headed back towards camp.
What you said?
Yeah, start walking through the trees.
So, what's your deal?
Oh, this is going to be the start of every interaction. I don't get you.
We've been walking together for 6 months, and I don't know anything about you.
I'm trying to think. I'm gonna assume. I don't. Oh, actually, I shouldn't assume because I don't know when Raven's leaving. So I'm assuming. I don't want to assume if I have him or not.
You seem to have a bad argument with your sword this morning. What was with that? You were shouting on a stick.
He's not a stick.
Raven,
He's a companion.
you do feel Raven bristle a little bit at being called a stick.
Don't aggravate him. He gets angry very easily.
I think I know a little bit about getting angry very easily.
Well, you see, I'm trying to seek answers from where I come from.
Okay.
Do you know anything of the Magi?
Less than I should, more than I want to.
The
Very
Magi
happy.
are significant beings in this world. We come when times are needed, where a new king shall rule to help set the balance.
I wouldn't call it balance.
But right now, it's anything but balanced, which is why I'm here.
Yep. The interest that Havoc has had in this conversation has immediately 180. He's entirely regretting opening this up.
How about you?
I don't like that we're heading north.
What are you afraid of?
Weren't you inside my head a couple of months ago?
I'm trying to block that out.
Well, so am I.
It goes awkward quiet for a long time.
You do, after a little bit, you do notice a small clearing ahead of you.
Alright.
What looks like a little bit of smoke coming out.
Perception check.
Yeah.
26.
There's that 20. Okay. My perception is a 30.
You could see the clearing. There's what appears to be a small cooking fire with a small tent and an old man sitting on a stump.
Same guy.
Alright.
Can we all prepare this guy?
Can everyone come up and encounter with an old man?
No.
I did now.
Go gather firewood. Old men are involved. I don't know. I think Havoc would just sort of like try and skirt around this.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I have no interest in walking through a camp that's unknown to me.
Yeah, we're just trying to get back to the caravan, so we avoid this entirely, denying the plot thread. But I'm not stealthy about it.
Yeah, I know. We're carrying a boar. We're like... He's dead and blind.
Who's out there?
Oh man, our old man voices.
Do you want to take this one?
Memory lapse.
I got that from Atlas's book.
Don't mind us. We're just passing.
Oh, you. You with the sword.
Shit, he's not blind.
I was really hoping.
We both have swords, old man. Go back to your fire.
It's funny because I actually have 3 swords.
One of you has a very nice sword.
We both have very nice swords. Go back to your campfire.
Coming on to me.
There's no need to be mean, Hobgoblin.
Shut up.
Havoc, calm down.
I get angry very easily.
Calm down. Let it be.
I have nothing against your kind. You're a very proud kind. I enjoy your feats and exploits.
All right.
I want to look at what does this guy look like? What's his race? You know, what's he dressed in?
Is he an elf?
What is he?
No, he's not.
What is he?
Is he an old man with no eyes?
He is an old human.
A lot of old men, human, alone in the woods here.
Just out in the woods.
What's he wearing? What's he holding? Oh.
He's in some old traveler's clothes, like a little, a white, slightly dirty shirt, beat up vest, and pantaloons. His eyes are cloudy, like with cataracts. He's looking kind of
I
old.
don't know what cataract.
It's that same guy.
It's the same guy. No, our guy didn't have any eyes at all.
That's true.
It's the same guy like 20 years before he lost his eyes.
Come now, would you like to join the old man for some soup?
No.
We really
gestures
got to get back. People are expecting food.
If you want, I can help you butcher.
I think he's got it covered.
I hold up the perfectly butchered pig body. We're fine.
Well, I guess.
What are you doing out here, old man?
Well, I live out here.
I look around. Do I see a house?
Just a tent.
Call that living.
I get to be with the nature. The
I
deer
can
come to
understand
me.
that.
It's lonely, but it's very enjoyable at the same time.
Nope.
Well, we won't keep you from your nature. Molly?
Yeah, I don't particularly like nature. Nobody knows this about my backstory, but nature kind of scares Volley a little bit.
Well, now you know how to find both deer and pigs.
Good day to you.
Well, have fun with your travels,
Thank you.
young master.
Debater. Moving on.
So we continue back towards where the caravan came from. and in increasingly awkward silences.
So about that in your head thing,
Yeah.
I fought this demon in your head.
Yeah.
What's that about?
I don't particularly have memories of what occurred. I just know that you went inside my head.
Which is totally normal.
I'm not particularly comfortable with the fact either, but you cured me, so I owe you a debt.
Yeah, we put something purple in you, by the way.
I don't know how to respond to that, and I don't know how to feel about that.
Which hole?
It was purple and pumpkin.
It was purple. It was a little different than the
Don't
rest.
worry, it
I
was
don't
flared.
really know what it was. I also saw someone else with you.
Okay. I imagine you
Another
would have seen
bowl.
many of my enemies, or memories, which are mostly filled with enemies.
I saw someone who referred to him as your brother, but much younger than the yak I have seen before.
I'm pretty sure you know that dude is.
I know.
Yeah, you also have seen Doom not as a yak.
Just for a second, he was gone, like, right after.
Yes.
I'm assuming that was the same brother.
I only have the one.
I don't know anything about your history, so...
Well, it wasn't great as far as a prince's life should go. Do you want the full story? Because I can give you the full story.
He looks up his notes.
Let me
I look at the
get
sun.
my notes.
Yeah, we got a little while, I guess.
In the beginning.
Of time.
Well, the real trouble started when grandfather began to die. No, I mean, what do you stop? We're doing a thing.
I'm spilling my guts to you.
I'm trying to spill my guts to you. I'm trying to humanize
I'm
myself.
carrying the bowl. The bowl slipped a little.
Pick that pig leg up.
Sorry.
I will whip you with this intestine.
You and your whips.
Right. So my grandfather, the Iron Tyrant Slaughter, was his name. He was dying, and as his last act, he decided that a war on the dwarves seemed prudent. I was too young to understand why, and now all I know is that is what we do. We war. My father, Holocaust, was the apparent heir to the throne.
Christ.
Names.
We just lost our one Jewish fan.
Damn it.
Hobgoblin names, they're excellent. He was a bit like me. You could say prone to fits of passion. He would have ruled justly and fairly, and then killed us all over a petty insult. I knew, even as a young child, that he should not be king. That much I understood. My brother, he was more my mother's son, wise and gentle, sometimes too trusting, but he took care of me, which is something my father never did. He should have been king, and he was next after my father. So all I had to do was make sure that came to pass. But in the war with the dwarves, grandfather died before my designs up to quietly shuffle my father off came to fruitions, and so I had just had to drive my blade into his back before I was ready. And when the siege was lifted, my uncle took the throne, the Magi polymorphed my brother, and the murder of both were blamed on me. It was only through grit and God that I scraped my way out of prison, rescued my brother, and fled. Now I'm exiled. So is he. And that bastard sits the throne.
What's your uncle's name?
My Uncle Carnage. We've already established that my uncle's name is Carnage.
The Magi Judar did that to your brother?
Yes.
I have a bone to pick with that one.
He's tapped into the power of the throne. I disagree with that.
He's a little different from other magi. He has his own agenda. He's not one to just sit aside and let another rule.
I fear that it's he that rules from the Iron Throne and not my limp-wristed backstab. I say backstabbing, but I am the backstabber here, I suppose.
After Havoc says those words, Volley contemplates with himself, and you can hear Raven say, "Don't tell him." Volley then speaks up. When I was a young boy, when I was a kid and growing up, I came across a tower once. It called to me. I entered the tower, not knowing what was inside. Many have gone in before, but have never returned. Once I had entered, the world changed before my eyes. I barely remember what I had saw, but I remember all the magic flowing through me. And in front of me stood another boy, another friend of mine from the same village. And a voice called to me saying, "Only one can leave." And I stabbed
you are
him
here.
And I stabbed him in the back as well.
In the back or in the face?
In the back. He was a friend. He didn't want to fight. He turned around thinking he could find another way out. And I took the chance. And you see Volley holding that sword in his back with that blade. With Raven.
The Raven. Like a vision of this appears.
No.
But that's what he's thinking.
But that's what he's thinking.
Well, a couple of backstabbers, are we?
Apparently so.
But with boars, you got to get them right in the throat.
Right in the throat.
Right in the throat. I suppose we'll put a few more blades and a few more backs before this is over.
Hopefully the next one's Judar.
Yeah. And then Carnage. And maybe Massacre for good measure. He's my cousin.
Okay. I got
It's a little hard to tell with hobgoblins. It's a little hard to tell with hobgoblins.
Yeah. You're the first of your kind I've ever seen.
That makes sense. We tend to stay in the north.
Yeah, I'm from the south.
Clearly.
I assume we were walking during this whole time?
Mm-hmm. Alright, I imagine that we'd probably make it back to camp and we begin roasting this boar.
Unless we don't make it back to camp.
Is that another survival check? I'm cool with this continuing into
another day.
Well, no, like we're just now in camp and there's people milling about and we just keep on talking while we're roasting this boar.
Oh yeah.
How would you like to roast it? Would you like just spit roast? Would you like to cut it up?
I feel like Havoc would go for a spit roast.
Listen, man, I don't know anything about this, so it's all up to you. I'm just trying to learn here.
Yeah, Havoc's more of a full barb et cube kind of guy.
Likes to show it all off.
Yeah, so he'll actually dig a pit and he'll line it with coals and the pig goes in and he doesn't really have any tinfoil, but all the juices are in and like full barbecue traditional style. And he's explaining all of this very matter of factly to Volley about the different ways you're supposed to do this. And the preparation is and we'd have a really big pit if we were doing mammoth. And he's going off on all these tangents about his time out on the tundra. And somehow he just gets fixated on he's reminiscing about the good parts of his upbringing, which is sort of a weird shift from this darkness that they had just been talking about, and because he was trained to kill, but not all of that was negative for him because he is barbaric and he is a hobgoblin. He does just love to fight, and being able to take down a war man is an important thing to learn. In order to do that, you need to take down wild man. So he would go on mammoth hunts, and he would talk about fighting saber-toothed tigers. And he starts painting this picture of the north, and the mountains and the tundras, and the fens that you could one wrong step sucks you down into the tar, and the endless ice to the far north that he's never gone, that he has seen but never gone into. That it just extends north forever, and he explains the northern lights, which I don't think Volley has ever seen.
No.
And he's having a hard time explaining how the night sky just bursts into the colors of departed spirits. And even though the heat of these coals is warming the front of you, you feel just this sort of cold wind on the back of your neck as he speaks of the north.
And then Atlas's body comes into this image of the portrait. Oh, it smells good. and he climbs up into his hole, and you can hear just the worst fiddle recital.
He needs a proper instrument. I don't think he's going to get very far on that.
Yeah, it does not sound well, and I'm drunk at this point.
Are you imbibing in Atlas's fine provisions?
The fun.
Volley's got ever since I couldn't get his spell book, I've just been taking other things slowly. just to try to get back at him a little bit, but knowing I'll never get back at him fully.
Give me like a sleight of hand to see how many you've taken.
Oh.
One. That's a natural one.
Natural one. I got I probably didn't even get the good stuff. I got
managed
the
to.
I got the lotion.
The decoy water.
You managed to snag a half empty bottle.
He's got the hobgoblin war drought.
You grab a drink. Go ahead and give me.
I think the thing that Atlas has finished drinking something and just kind of throws it to the side. While he grabs it. I got it!
So, what's drunk Volley like?
Is he fun?
Is he like a sad drunk? Is he like a happy drunk? Is he an aggressive drunk?
He's kind of he talks a lot more than he normally would. He talks about his adventures and everything from when he left his hometown and traveled the world a little bit after to try to understand what has happened to him. So he was about, I'd say he was probably about 10 years old when he left his town, and started traveling and moving from town to town.
And he's 30 now, so 20 years.
20 years of traveling. And he was going from library to library until he heard about another tower in a whole other country, which he wanted to visit one day, and he ended up doing so. So he sailed the sea and went out west and visited a whole other country, which he doesn't say the name of what that was. And he talks about moving cities and how...
Moving cities?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, moving cities.
What was that beast that attacked Ongwith?
Oh, that was a scout.
Is he drunk? He's like, scout.
Anyways, when I was traveling...
There's a pit in Havoc's stomach that's just dropped out. It's like, a scout.
Have you never heard of a scout?
I know precisely what a scout means, and they tend to be much fewer and less armed than the main force.
Oh, that wasn't even armed. That was more of like a shielding almost.
Havoc is having
So
a mental
there's
breakdown.
more of these.
Oh my! From my recollection, I believe there's 5.
He's holding up 7 fingers. All right.
Yeah.
Havoc scratches down a tally of 8.
Neither of them know how to count.
No, he can't count, but he's like adding an extra one.
Yeah, that was just a scout. I mean, I'm telling you, man, if you could see the damage that... I can't even describe what it is. It's a monstrosity.
Ongwith was pretty fucked up.
That's only the beginning.
Well, thank you, Volley.
in the end.
Volley, give me what I'm gonna call a luck roll.
18.
All right, you go to reach for one of those drinks. You just grab one next to it, take a swig. Nothing than that.
Yeah, Volley hits the ground after. He never really was much of a drinker.
So he's a lightweight.
Kind of a lightweight.
Roll to not fall in the fire.
Well, I was just sitting. We were just sitting. I'm assuming we were sitting on a log or something, and I was just.
And Havoc's gonna take the head of the pig and start making sausages. He just grinds it up.
Did you land on Raven? Sorry.
Well, Raven's still next to me. I usually, when I'm sitting down or just relaxing, he sits next to me.
So Raven has all the conditions that you undertake, right? So Raven's drunk too.
Raven's well, Raven has his own will saves and everything like that. So Raven, I mean,
Please, drunk sword. Please.
What is it?
18. He'd be
Oh,
fine.
Raven's fine.
So when Volley,
He's just a little.
when Volley
disgusted.
passes out, Raven will speak up and say, "What you've heard today is not for sharing."
You think I talk much?
Never replies.
Dick.
Dick.
Do you share your feast?
Yeah, of course, with everyone who wants some. And all Havoc can think about is the moving city on the back of the gigantic boar, and that with boars, you gotta go for the neck. Alright, who's next?
Liam doing Atlas and Volley.
All right. So, as you guys are moving north, you end up going by, every once in a while you'll go past a village. This is a road, and so that means that there's going to be little villages that pop up along the way. And you definitely know that there's a village coming because you start noticing signs that people have put up on the side of the road. It appears that the town has decided to commercialize itself for travelers along the way. The first sign you see is a giant sign that says, "Welcome to Verbenschmeyer. You can buy anything you'd like."
You can get anything you want at Verbenschmeyer.
Verbenschmeyer.
The epitome of doing the homework at the
And
last
then after every single one, you'll see little signs that say little commercials like Bernie Bots sells the best pots. And
Ernie
those sorts
Bog
of
Jr.
things. But one sign seems to catch the eye of two of our adventurers. You guys can roll perceptions to see if you notice it.
We didn't see it. It's going to walk right past the sign. Hey, yeah, let's got a 14.
All right,
Dropped it. Hold
it's a pretty noticeable sign.
29.
All right, so you see a sign
Look over there!
quite easily. is a sign for Mitch's Magnificent Magical MacGuffins.
Jesus.
That fit on the sign?
Kind of
It's a
And
big
on the
sign.
sign, it has a list of different
Still
items like baubles and potions and scrolls.
and
But at the
trinkets.
very bottom, you see something written out, and it says "pre-owned spellbooks."
So it looks like you can get a discount.
I noticed. Should we go take a look, Atlas?
You can fit so many spells in this thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, all right.
They might sell other things.
I'm getting pretty tired of walking around in the woods with you guys. Atlas casts prestidigitation on himself and sort of brushes off the dirt and the dander that he's collected over the past day of walking.
As you guys are also walking, you hear Taza mention something about there's like a nice restaurant there I've heard about.
There's literally a sign that says, "We have a nice restaurant."
Talk about it.
So as you make your way closer and closer to town,
That's the real fantasy element. Is Taza is a lady who knows where she wants to eat.
Jesus. Cold.
Wait a minute. I have a list of restaurants that I want to visit.
Yeah, well, tell it to your boyfriend.
He knows.
as you make your way further and further into town, the trees begin to clear and you begin to see what this town is. It appears that Verbenschmeyer is a small river town that's sort of built into a stream that goes You can kind of see like north off into the distance, but you can see that this is clearly a relatively active port town.
Okay.
So, would you guys like to make your way in?
Why not?
Okay.
Where's this river coming from?
Coast?
This river appears to be coming from
It's
the
on- it's on
mountains
the-
that are way off in the distance. Where you're going. What you know of the geography, because you've looked at maps, is you know that there's a wall of mountains that kind of separates the deep woods from this sort of little bit more arid area to the south.
So it's arid land, mountains, deep woods,
Yeah.
the Iron Glacier.
There's some-
Tundra, and then mountains, and then the Iron Glacier.
Yeah, there's sort of like a little period where it goes from like, oh, there's kind of scrubland and all this other stuff before it becomes tundra and everything. But yeah. So as you make your way into town, you begin to see that there's like, it's a pretty active town. Ships are coming in and out. Not too big ships, like we're not talking junks, we're talking like little fishing ships and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So like rivercraft? almost?
Yeah, little rivercraft. And you guys make your way
Sorry,
towards...
boat autism over here.
You make your way towards Mitch's magnificent magical MacGuffins.
Good God, man. Bet you can't say that 5 times fast.
I thought William's store was bad.
So out front, there's a large sign with what appears to be the spell dancing lights cast onto the sign.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like these flashing arrows that are all pointing towards the shop entrance.
I thought William's light sign was bad.
And then out front is a single man dressed up as what appears to be a health potion. Pointing and spinning a sign in front of the place and pointing in the direction and going like, we got bottles, we got bottles, we got potions.
I thought William's sign spinner was bad.
You had a sign spinner?
No.
What was he dressed up as?
No. That was part of the bit.
You there, Mr. Flowy Hair and Sword Man?
You are covered in swords.
I'm covered in swords, but my hair is like, it's silver and it's like really long ponytail that goes down to its back.
This isn't a criticism of you as a person or your identifiable features. He doesn't have a sword. He has hair that blows. Either way.
Your hair blows, Atlas.
I suppose it does. You got me on that one, Potion Man.
Are you looking for potions?
No.
Are you looking for baubles?
No.
Are you looking for scrolls?
A little bit.
Are you looking for pre-owned grimoires?
Sure.
Well, come right inside.
All right.
And he stands and like pushes open the door and kind of spins the sign in front of the door.
Stay on your guard.
Yeah.
Wally.
This is
This potion guy looks pretty sketchy, I say. Like, I look at him with eye contact.
His eyes are wide. So as you push your way in through the beads that appear to be across the door.
God damn it! Like the wind, Atlas's wind picks up again. I hate these beads!
Standing inside appears to be that same man behind the desk.
Dr. Hippocampus is in there too.
And I thought William's cash register was annoying.
Hello there! Would you like potions?
Oh my god. We're looking for scrolls and grimoires.
Ah, scrolls and grimoires.
Yeah.
Well, take a look at these beautiful scrolls that I have here. He pulls out a scroll.
It's just a singular scroll.
Single scroll. And he rolls it out, and you can read that it is in fact the spell Mage Hand. This one's quite a seller on the market.
Oh, I bet it's a hot ticket. It's almost as if someone with no magical inclination would have no ability to use that scroll in any way whatsoever, and anyone with magical inclination could use that scroll passively without ever having to consume those reagents.
That sounds like a lot, but I can tell you right now, we have wonderful potions as well. Take a look at this. This is the potion of love. This is a potion of pyromancy.
Yep.
This is a potion of explosive rune.
You can see Zool in the background.
Don't open that one.
You can see Zool just mumbling, "Werewolf STD. Werewolf STD."
So we're gonna help.
16 perception check. Do I see anything of actual value in this room?
No.
Okay.
Well, you do notice that there are a couple of healing potions.
Yeah.
Which appears to be like an entire wall. This is probably what this guy sells.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just place as a junk store.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I've heard
Yes.
that you want to buy something. I've heard from my little birds.
You're reading my mind, sir.
Mm-hmm. I've been known to read minds.
Yeah.
It's a magical feat. What would you like to buy?
You don't know what I want to buy. You just know that I'm here to buy something. Why else would I have walked in the store?
Magic is a complicated thing.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
I wouldn't know.
Some.
You wouldn't.
No, I'm a prospective buyer. sir.
Well, I have the perfect thing for you, non-magical person.
Is it?
Yes.
Mm.
This potion right here. He
Yeah.
pulls out like what appears to be some sort of green and black liquid that is like swirling around. It's
Arcana
very
check.
fancy looking. There's some sparkles.
It's just glitter.
Yeah, this is just water.
It's literally 27.
Yeah, you know enough about magic to potions to know that this is not a potion. This is just water that's been colored.
He's pouring it out.
How much?
Effect.
40 gold.
40 gold.
You
That
would
is
be
a
able-
steal.
It is.
That is a steal, sir.
Immortal life?
Oh, boy.
Magical?
Pay him, Volley.
Have you heard of Headmaster Strix? This is the essence of Strix.
The essence of Strix.
The essence of Strix.
What, like his sweat?
His essence! We wouldn't go something as far as that. It balances the humors. You ever heard of phlegm?
God.
This lowers it.
It lowers phlegm, you say.
It lowers your phlegm and increases your chutzpah.
Oh, you gotta pick this one up, Molly. This one's a real steal.
Uh-huh.
A real bargain.
Uh-huh.
Pay the man.
40 gold pieces.
Oh, good God. No.
No?
Not. Why do I have to pay him?
For water.
Because it's funny.
Give you 20.
You drive a hard bargain. How about 23?
Sure.
That wasn't much of a haggle.
Sure.
He puts the bottle like right in front of you, just kind of pushes it and backs away and then scoops the money into like his little pocket.
While he's scooping, I cast memory lapse on him.
Okay, he stops scooping. And he's like, you do have to pay for the potion, you know.
We're not going to buy that potion.
You're not going to buy the potion?
Upon closer inspection, my friend here has decided that it is not a worthy potion.
Fine. And he grabs the potion and takes it back.
I take the 23 gold pieces.
Was that mine?
No.
Oh.
Why did you take my money?
What? Memory lapse.
Counterspell?
You can't counterspell.
Why?
Because you need to have counterspell prepared.
It is prepared.
No, it's not. It needs to be prepared as a readied action. Yeah.
Okay, so you forget that he took the money.
I don't want the water. Why do we want the water?
You don't. I know you don't.
What
want
water? We're not buying the water.
Okay, I think it's time to go.
Wait,
Yeah, let's go.
wait.
What?
If you're gonna buy something,
We're not.
he looks around, checks behind the counter. Have you ever heard
No.
Of the high elves.
of the?
The Elder Scroll.
Sorry. Have you ever heard of the Great Halicosis?
Atlas shits a brick.
Halicosis. You can do a knowledge check on that. Which knowledge is
14. let's say.
What is it? A
Arcana.
knowledge what?
14.
Okay.
You know.
20. That gives me a 35.
Okay, so
I don't know what we're looking at.
pick
Knowledge
a
what?
Arcana.
knowledge. Arcana? Okay, so you know enough about Arcana because this is a magical wizard chat. You actually know Great Halicosis is a dude. He's not well known for being like an especially effective wizard, but he got pretty up there. He's no Grand Strix, but he's like competent. But he was a real person.
Tell me more about Halicosis.
Now, I don't think you know this, but Halicosis was on his way to the Great Woods. The Deep Woods. He pulls out a little note card. The Deep Woods. Puts it away.
Very deep woods.
And unfortunately, he hit the ripe old age of 249.
Okay.
And in this town, he passed away. Now, I've heard Helicosis had a grimoire that he had buried himself with. I have the map.
The map.
The map.
So you heard that he buried himself with this grimoire. And you have the map for that burial tomb.
But you never went and
Well,
found
he was
it.
buried in a specific graveyard. And I have the map of that graveyard.
And you never went and dug it up yourself?
No. It's haunted.
Of course it is.
I'm not going to put myself at risk for what is clearly an inferior wizard. But you, my inferior friends, might want his stuff.
What kind of a sell is that?
I know, right?
So what is it? How is it?
You ever wanted to go grave robbing? Or you did
Sounds
that in
like
your own
sophomore
college
year.
days?
So let me get this straight, sir.
Yeah.
You've got a map
I have a map.
to a graveyard in this town
Uh-huh.
where this wizard, this competent wizard,
Yeah.
is buried with his grimoire.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're telling me?
That's what I'm
I
doing.
don't believe it.
Why not?
Well, I'd have to see the map.
But, of course. He holds out the map in front of you.
That was ridiculous.
Atlas, with his vast intelligence,
Yeah.
will make a mental snapshot of this map.
Okay. Roll an
do
intelligence check.
Yeah.
I'm smarter than Liches.
Yeah.
That's kind of low. 17?
That's enough. You make a pretty good.
I might as well try to.
Sure, you can try it.
That's 20.
Cool. Yeah, you do it better.
Nice.
So you get like a pretty pitch perfect image.
I was there yesterday.
Atlas gets like a real good sense of like how this graveyard is set up.
I ended up in a graveyard.
He shows it around in front of you, like doing little hand motions in front of it, pointing at little spots and going, "All right, now how much for the map?"
It sounds like a scam. What do you think, Wally? It sounds like a scam, right?
I never I have never been called a scam in my own house. Shop.
Right.
It's like bedroom doors open.
How would you like to increase the amount of scrolls you carry by double? Since you only have the one.
I have more than one scroll.
Uh-huh.
They all
Of
just
the
happen
same.
to be of the same spell.
Well, what if I give you one that's not? For the treasure.
Something more powerful than Mage Hand.
Oh, I'm gonna. Oh, yeah.
You.
I'm gonna try to bluff
kid.
this guy to trade the map for Bless.
Okay. Try to bluff.
Fuck. Oh, there's no chance that the Time Wizard's here, is he? Okay. Yeah, that's a good solid 3.
Alright. His sense motive. Yeah, he's...
Yeah,
He takes a look at that scroll and he sees the way you've handled the scroll. You're just like,
What do you mean? I have a scroll case. I keep everything nice and clean.
and he can decipher enough from it to be like, that is not nearly as. Can you pick up things from distances away? Use the power of your mind to change the world with that?
I can bless the mind. All right, I turn around. It's time to go.
50 gold pieces.
No,
That is
I'm
my
good.
final offer.
I'm good. Thanks.
Wait, what if I give you the potion of immortality? He puts down a small glass of water. How about this flask of Flubenschmagen?
Get his whole store,
Let's
guys.
just go ahead.
The scroll of slime touch.
Oh, boy.
I've decided I want to keep him busy for the rest of the day, so he takes out his sword and he just cuts the beads on the door.
Oh!
They just
Those are
scatter
my magical
everywhere.
beads. They clear the chakras.
Sorry.
He jumps down,
Sorry, I'm sorry.
picking up beads and putting them into like a small pouch next to him.
All right. Vol and I will exit the shop.
Wait a minute. While he's picking up the beads, I'm going to try to mage hand that map out of his pocket.
Okay, you can roll a stealth check.
Stealth?
You roll a stealth check to have him not notice, and roll an arcana check to actually do it.
Not 20 for stealth.
Okay, he doesn't notice this.
9 plus 22 for Arcana.
Yeah, so you deftly like pick up this little map and it floats by and he doesn't even notice.
I walk out the door. He wasn't kidding. Power to rule the world with this.
It is a versatile spell. I won't doubt that.
Walk out the door.
Oh, by the way, Volley, you dropped those 23 gold pieces earlier.
Oh, thanks, Alice.
Here you go.
It was just a weird ploy to get him to like you more.
Here's the map if you want to look at it again. I already studied it before I even took it. I just really didn't want him to have it.
I didn't get a very good close look at it. My eyes are kind of going.
So you guys can see that the map sort of indicates that it's sort of to the southeast of the town.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in the town itself. It's sort of to the side. Make your way towards it.
Hey.
I'm willing to bet that this is a ruse.
Oh, yeah, obviously. But why not?
Should be fun.
We got nothing to do.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
So as you make your way towards the cemetery, you sort of notice that the trees are getting thicker and bramblier. There's a lot more thorns and spikes all over the place.
It's very gloomy here. I wish there was like some music or something to lighten the mood.
Is that a jam at Alice's violin playing?
Well, we'll get around to that eventually. I don't know.
And as you enter the cemetery, you begin to notice that there's a surprising number of footprints all throughout. It's sort of a dirt road, a little muddy, that runs throughout the cemetery. Lots of graves.
I don't know if this is a thing or not, but I don't have any ranks in survival, but I'm wondering, did I learn anything from my hunt with Havoc?
Yeah, you can.
Is it deer or boar?
Well, that's what I mean. I want to see if I can learn to track these footprints.
Well, you can follow the footprints pretty easily.
Yeah, well, let me have this, all right?
All right. You notice that there's
God, just let me have it.
There's a large set of footprints that lead in and a large set of footprints that lead out.
You see me on the ground looking at the footprints. Havoc's
learned
taught me a few things.
Yeah, you must have learned a lot on that one trip.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Yeah,
They go that way.
I don't doubt that. One thing you
He
notice.
points to the right direction.
One thing Volley would notice is that Atlas isn't leaving footprints behind. He's faux walking.
So as you guys make your way towards the grave, you guys make your way towards the grave. There isn't really much difference until finally you come across the grave itself. And it appears to be like just a simple-looking gravesite. It's got a small gravestone in front of it, and you can roll perception checks.
29.
17.
Okay, with the 29, you're more than able to notice this. So it appears that the dirt around the gravesite, like right in front of it, in a 5 by 5 meter square, it appears to have been rotated 90 degrees.
Huh?
Looks like someone used a
Mage hand.
digging spell.
So you'll notice
Sloppy work.
Yeah.
you'll notice a route that goes in that stops but comes in from the other side into the square. It's as if the dirt itself was placed back into itself at the wrong angle.
What does the headstone say?
Yeah, thank you.
The headstone says, "Here lies the great Halicosis.
Oh my god.
In his death, he left nothing but his books."
I guess we really
That's
didn't need a
pretty
map
specific.
for that.
Yeah, no. Good thing we didn't pay.
Is there like a big X on it? Like, smash this out. Dig here.
I'll cast Detect Magic.
All right, so it appears that it's only you can feel with the detect magic. You can roll.
Roll your dice.
27.
Yeah, that's enough. Because you notice that it's a very low magical resonance, but it's been there some time ago. So it's about an hour ago.
Oh.
This spell was cast.
Well, and I'm assuming you told me that?
Yes.
I put on my goggles to see what happened.
Rose-tinted glasses.
All right, so you kind of
Forgot about those.
Boom!
You kind of fast forward your way through, and then you notice a group of 4 people dressed up really strange. They've got like what appears to be wooden snake hats on.
Alice, you got to see this. Look through one of the holes.
And like they all kind of sneak in. They're all skulking down until one of them points towards the grave, and they all circle around and start praying and praying and praying until a single man walks out wearing nothing but a small set of pants, like shorts.
Those are shorts right
And
there.
a very
The
large...
depth perception's not very good on these things.
very
You need both eyes.
large snake thing on his head. It's almost like a fancy hat, and he's got a snake scepter. And he approaches, raises his arms into the air, and you can see everybody around him start cheering and cheering. And then he casts what appears to be a spell, and you see the dirt rise up into the air and move over and then lower down to the ground. And then they all set up to work, checking inside of the body and looking around. And then they pull up a small chest. And one of them turns towards him and prays again. And he does a little flick of the wrist, and the chest pops open. And then they grab what appears to be a book.
A book, you say?
And then they hide it, close the chest, put it back inside, and then he moves the dirt back.
Do I see a skeleton in there?
You do.
Okay.
There was a skeleton. It was buried with
Yeah, that's what I want.
head.
Was he holding it?
Yeah, the
Okay.
skeleton's hands were around the chest. And then he
Am
raises...
I about to defile this grave for money? Of course I am.
Oh my
Well, we don't have to now.
Then you see him lower the dirt back in, but you notice it comes in at the wrong angle.
And then we see him walk off in whatever direction
And
they
then
go.
he walks off with the followers following behind him, like praying.
Do they come back the way we came, or do they leave a different way?
They do. They come back the way you came.
What do you think your odds are of being able to track these tracks, old track master? Or maybe we should go find Havoc. He's probably pretty good at this.
Havoc might be able to help us out with this one because it might just be easier.
Hang on a minute.
Huh?
Atlas, he's got a pair of glasses on his forehead. He's got the glasses of straight creeping. I can follow footsteps.
Actually,
Yeah.
whoa.
Oh, I guess we're gonna do that then.
Let's follow these footsteps.
Swoogity swooty.
God,
You're following that booty. All right, so as
we are Scooby Doo.
you begin following the tracks, and you can immediately notice when you put on the thing, they like light up almost like neon on the darkened ground.
Yeah, like in Gmod Murder.
And so you can see that there are a set of tracks that go in, and then a set of tracks that go back out. And this set of tracks, they both lead in sort of the same direction, and it's sort of off into the south of the woods.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, so far, Wally, we're making a pretty handy team.
Yeah.
We seem to have all the things that we need for some reason.
So as you make your way towards the direction of the, you begin to see that this is a pretty set up path. Somebody has cleared out the whole area, especially up very high, of dirt and brambles and tree branches and everything like that. You even see a tree that's fallen across, and you see that the tree has been cut perfectly on both sides.
Atlas casts invisibility.
On yourself?
Yeah.
All right, you're invisible.
You're gonna just walk in there?
No, I might as well cast invisibility while I'm at it too.
You're invisible. How long does invisibility last?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay.
Is it 10 minutes per level, or is it
No,
just
it's 1 minute per level.
1 minute per level? All right.
10 minutes.
So as you make your way through, about 4 minutes pass or so before you finally get there, and it appears to be a large log cabin that is constructed out of
Wood?
yes.
One would assume.
It is logs, but it is also appears to be 5-foot cubes of dirt that are also piled up and around it.
So like a Minecraft.
And this
house.
guy's
Yeah.
like really into his dirt.
And so inside you can see lights pouring out of the little windows, and you can smell what appears to be a feast going on. And you hear lots of chanting and laughing and talking.
I message Volley.
Or Alice, sorry. What's the plan?
Fucking-
sorry. What's the plan?
Let's take a peek through those windows.
How tall are the windows?
Windows are about 7 feet up.
Oh, I can get on my tippy toes basically and just peek over.
All right.
Atlas just flies.
So you can both see
He hovers up, I just go.
and you can see that the man who you had saw before is standing there up and above a bunch of people. He's standing almost on like a platform above a table that's full with lots of meat and cheese and food and things like that. And you can see that they are all being served food by what appears to be ghostly apparitions that are all handing out food.
Do we see the book?
You do see the book. The book appears to be on a large altar standing up above them.
Is anyone near it?
No. Nobody is.
You know what I'm thinking? I do have an unseen servant that could just go in there and grab it too.
I think they might notice the book floating away.
You could
But
just
I
go
have
and-
outvoted a cult before.
Yeah. These aren't your guys, are they?
No, I don't look like it. They look like nerds. We could polymorph the leader.
That'd be entertaining.
Yeah.
You hear the leader. He's standing up there and he's yelling loud out to the mass of followers that he has around them. He yells, "I, the great Septerus, shall stand before you and bring forth more than just food and wine. I shall bring out life and death." And then you can see him spin his finger around in a circle, and then you hear what appears to be noises from the sides. If you roll an Arcana check, you can find out.
You really want us to roll Arcana
Yeah,
checks?
might as well.
Okay, 40.
Yeah, this is ghost sound.
Not very impressive, huh?
Oh boy, he's really got me shaken.
And you can hear from like voices going, "Oh, life, death." And all the people who are inside are like fearful and hiding and like.
Do these windows have glass?
They do not.
Okay. Atlas is going to cast Baleful Polymorph
Okay.
with some juice
Yeah, he's gonna.
on the leader.
All right, so the leader is going to resist. Let's see. What is your DC?
This is a Fortitude save to negate the first part of this.
Okay.
I'm going to turn him into a chicken. And the DC for this is 25.
All right.
He fails.
He fails.
And he gets to make another save now to retain his will
All right.
with a will save. DC 25.
He saves.
So this is a chicken who is aware that he's a man, but he cannot express it in any mean...
Can he speak?
No.
All right. So
He just has the mind of a man.
suddenly, can he cast spells?
No.
No.
Because he can't
Literally.
he can't move his hands. He doesn't have hands, and he can't make the noises.
All right. So suddenly,
Unless he has supernatural spells.
So suddenly, two things happen. The first is everybody stops as they see their leader disappear, and the clothes collapse, and the large hat that he was wearing, the wooden hat, falls down on top of the pile of clothes, and you hear a suddenly the clothes begin moving, and everybody's all excited because they think this is some spell that he's cast. And the chicken jumps up on top of the...
While everyone's distracted, I'm going to mage hand the book to myself.
Okay, so you begin trying to move. You notice that the book is actually secured by wooden stakes that are in front of it. It's held into place on its altar.
So would you consider it a lock almost?
It's not really a lock. It's more like they slipped it down. So you'd have to summon...
Well, I mean, I could pull it out still with mage hand then. It's not something that's like going to go
So
like
you'd
this.
have to spend time turning.
That's
so it's
fine.
got-
I mean, they're all going to be looking at the chicken. Just let them...
all right,
it'll
so
take
this
time.
will take
I
you
mean,
about per one standard action, and then one standard action to pick it up and move.
That's fine.
So, as this is happening, everybody stands up and begins clapping, like giving roaring, thunderous laughter.
Are you
and
still
like,
invisible
yeah,
because you
woo!
technically attacked him?
I think that counts as an
Yeah,
attack.
you've
Yeah.
lost invisibility. And the chicken points with its...
What do you mean? He's covered with a hat right now.
No, he jumps out. He's jumped out and jumped on top of the altar because that's why everybody sees him.
Yeah, Atlas is still just watching. He hasn't.
And
hit.
he points. He points with his wing towards the window and goes.
But can anyone understand it?
Everybody else follows the point, and they see you, Atlas, standing there, floating in the window.
Hey, can you make a ghost sound?
Yeah.
I mean, you're kind of a ghostly figure. You're wind.
That's true. That's true. I am the great wizard, Helicosis. You have disturbed my grave.
Oh my god!
And I am coming for you.
The chicken. Everybody else begins cowering in the room.
That was a natural 1 on a bluff of 22.
Oh, okay, so nobody believes you.
It was 22.
Yeah, it's a 22.
How high is your bluff?
21.
21?
That's right.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, so everybody still believes you.
There you go.
Except for
Well, obviously the
the
chicken.
chicken. And
No one cares about the chicken's opinions.
The chicken jumps and flaps in your direction and makes an attack. Does a 21 hit you?
Yes, it does.
All right, the chicken attacks you.
Can't do
All
any
right.
damage.
It's going after your face.
It's going to do 1 damage.
It does 1 damage.
Okay.
Does it go through you or no?
Atlas will cast as a reaction Windy Escape.
Okay. So yeah.
Just blows the chicken away.
The pecks like go at your face and you kind of dodge it. Noticing the chicken attacking you, the other members inside of the cult stand up and begin yelling loudly and angrily, and they all draw weapons.
Mm-hmm.
And
Do I have the book by now?
You have. The book is flowing over to you.
All right. So basically, the book is just hovering in front of him,
through the window,
and it just stops, like into a visible.
Yeah. When you grab an object, does it become invisible, or do you have to cast invisibility?
No,
You have to cast invisibility again.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just hovering there like this.
All right, everybody roll initiative.
Better than my normal 3.
Natural 20 plus 6.
Oh, Joseph, that's right.
Okay. 13 for me. You think what I'm thinking?
Well, before we just murder all these people.
Oh, I wasn't gonna murder them.
Let's try to scare them at least.
Oh, that was what I was thinking.
And then if we can't scare them, we'll murder them.
So you got a 13? What is your final score?
What do you mean?
What is your final initiative?
That was it. 13. Okay.
26.
26. Okay, so
That was it. That's all I got.
You get a turn first. Everybody has stood up and has drawn weapons.
Okay.
It appears 2 of them are armed with spears and 2 of them are armed with spiked clubs.
I'm messaging you right now.
And
Should we just stone shape them, trap them in there?
Jeez.
They can't
It's a
get out the
wooden
door.
house.
Yeah, but we can block the door.
Is the house on wood, on stone?
No, it's on dirt.
Okay.
The square.
You can't. Gotta touch it. Gotta touch stone.
There's no rocks or anything.
It's square dirt. It's like I said, it's been Minecraft together on the dirt bottom.
Atlas will raise his voice in a cacophony of anger, to pretend to be the great wizard Helicosis, and try to scare off the goons.
Okay.
With 32.
Give me 1 sec.
You have angered the great wizard, and you shall leave this place, lest you wish to leave with your lives dead.
All right, so they all are scared, which puts upon them the
Shaken
status effect.
condition.
Shaken. I have to. What does shaken do?
It gives them -2.
Wow, that's not much.
No. None of them try to run away?
None of them try to run away.
Okay.
They have
They're-
to be prepared
they-
for that.
They have seen their leader attack you.
Okay.
Chicken.
Oh, I haven't
So the
rolled
chicken's
initiative.
outside of the window, and these guys are inside the window?
The chicken is basically in the window.
Fireball.
Well, he had...
Nah, that's
I guess
not
so.
fun.
Yeah. That's
Because you're floating in front of it. He
Yeah.
jumped up onto the window and started attacking.
Alright, I'll cast a fireball inside of the cat.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, they're all going to try to resist.
God, it's gonna all die.
I'll put some
your
juice
save?
on it, too.
What is your save?
So my save for
Let's do
a
like 20.
fireball is a 21 plus 2, 24. 4.
All right,
23.
so they all fail. You don't even need to roll your damage.
Okay.
They're all dead.
Yeah.
Do you put the chicken inside of the...
No.
Okay.
Nope.
You just have a sentient chicken.
So in a brief flash of light, every single one of the cultists are blown back into the walls. And immediately, the entire cabin catches on fire.
It's like a nuke, just their shadows.
Well, I warned them. You saw that chicken, didn't you? I warned them.
Hold on. What do I add to grapple checks?
Now it is the chicken's turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I thought we were out of it. I'm slower than a chicken.
No, the chicken beat you.
All right, whatever.
It's got a high dex.
What is it doing?
The chicken fails at pecking Joe.
Who?
Peggy
The
The chicken fails at pecking... No, hold on.
Pecking.
There we go. The chicken fails at pecking Atlas.
Let me recategorize my brain for a
What
second.
do I add to grapple check?
CMB.
CMB.
Oh. All right. 28 to grab the chicken.
Cool. So you pick up the chicken. Do you pick it up like... Or do you
No, I
pick
grab
by the
it.
legs? You pick it up by the legs?
Yeah, so I'm just holding it. Like,
All right,
whatever.
so
Wherever
the
I
chicken-
grabbed it easily.
The chicken is flapping its wings erratically.
And as soon as I grab it, the invisibility finally wears off.
Yeah.
And I was like, your reward, Alice?
Let's take it back to camp.
Oh no!
When does this probably work? We're off.
No, it's
Oh, it is permanent.
It's permanent.
You need somebody to undo it.
This man is now a chicken.
The problem is,
Dark secret.
what sucks for him is he knows he's a chicken now, so it's just, he's
Yeah.
trapped, and it's
Oh, yeah.
worse fate than him just failing it.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to make constant rolls on the way back to defeat the chicken's CMD.
I imagine that would not be hard.
Its CMD is -1.
You do it.
Yes, do it. It's actually 9.
Is it
Because
9?
it's 10 minus 1.
Yeah.
CMD is it's like an armor class.
Yeah, but so it's 10 minus its strength.
Yeah.
So its strength is -6
Okay.
So that's 4.
because it's
And
not
because
a
you're
first-
bigger, you get a bonus.
Yeah. And I already
So
got
you're like
Well,
several
It
sizes bigger.
has a size modifier of -1 for being small, so that's 3.
It's smaller than small, I think.
Is
it's
it
a chicken.
tiny?
It's chicken. Yeah,
It's tiny.
You're right. So small. So then it'd be tiny. So it's a CMD of 2.
which I already have a plus 12 anyways to my
Yeah.
CMD. So
So you have the CMD of 2. Okay, so you
I got a 14 right
this
now.
chicken is fucked.
That's usually how getting chickens works.
Keep fucking that chicken.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Do you want this, or should I just hold on to it for now?
We're just going to bring it back to camp.
All right. As we start
Actually,
walking
let's stop
back-
in town. We'll get a little cage for it and some like padding.
Yeah, all
You
right.
can lay us eggs, right?
Yeah, sure. As we walk back,
It's
I
a
just
male chicken.
as I start
this is
going
a
back, I
female
got the
chicken.
book in one hand and the chicken in the other, and I started reading some of it. What's in the book? She can look at it.
Glancing through the book, you begin to see it's got a pretty good number of spells inside of it.
Oh, all right.
So
This wasn't for nothing.
I can read you out. There's some basic ones. So the 0 ones you see: read magic, detect magic, resistance, flare, light, dancing lights, penumbra, and Scrivener's chant.
Penumbra and Scrivener's chant.
Yeah.
Where did you even find those spells?
Yeah.
I looked on the large directory of Pathfinder spells.
Are those 0 level spells?
Yeah. And first level, you see air bubble, mud ball, stone shield, and adhesive spittle.
You're just gonna send this to us after, right? I don't have to write this down. Thank you.
And then second level is fog cloud, commune with birds, share language and twisted features. And then third level is compulsive liar, ghostly disguise, and alter self. And then fourth level, you see touch of slime and telekinetic charge.
Interesting.
Alter Self is a 2nd level spell.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, it appears that he has written it in the third level category.
Must have been his last going before he got killed or something.
Telekinetic charge is a fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't know about that one lets you launch your friends. You can give them a good old push and send them quite far, and they can make an attack at the end of that leap. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
We could practice on the chicken.
Yeah, we could practice on the chicken, or we could just start launching Havoc places. I'm sure he'd enjoy that. Oh, by the way, don't tell Havoc that I did this to this chicken, because his brother was
Yeah, I remember
in that
the
same
brother.
sort of boat. Yeah. So we stop at the market and buy a cage.
All right. And you successfully put the chicken inside of the cage.
All right.
The chicken has...
What are we gonna name it?
Oh boy.
The chicken
did we
is
hear
not
his name?
calmed down.
Yeah,
Heard his
did we
name,
hear
right?
it?
You heard him say his name was Septimus.
Septimus?
That appears to be
Septimus.
his cult leader name.
All right, we're going to call him Septimus.
Little Septimus.
Oh, you've got a chicken.
So as you make your
He
way,
could chicken scratch out messages. He'd still be able to write with his chicken.
He would be able to
He
write.
would be able to write.
It would be almost illegible because it's not the same dexterity, but he could try.
Morgan
Although he's in
could read it.
a cage.
yeah, so he can't really scratch it out.
It's funny though to think.
This is gonna be weird if you take it into the deep woods.
All right, and so you guys make your way back with the chicken to the camp.
I like how you gave him commune with birds after the chicken.
Should we give him back the map on our way?
Who?
MacGuffin or whatever it is.
Yeah, sure. We can just put that in the mail slot. Yeah.
All right, so you put there's like a little slot in front of the door, and so you put it in.
Let somebody else have our adventure.
No, you don't hear any beads.
That's right.
You know, Volley, I've had fun today. Up until now, I thought you were sort of an uptight prick.
Understandable.
But now I can see that you're actually willing to have some fun and just sort of live life and ruin some guy.
Fucking murder some people.
I didn't murder anybody, and I didn't cast that spell. All I did was be invisible.
Maybe later on I'll let him go. I'll free him.
Is he lying to me? I think he's lying to me.
That's up to you to think.
Yeah, I think he's lying to me, but I just nod my head. Don't ever do that to me, please.
So yeah, you guys make your way back to camp, and everybody's set up and
when we get back, we have to make it known that this chicken's not for eating.
Yeah, we could.
You think it'll lay eggs?
I think so.
Oh, sweet. Get some fried eggs in the morning.
Hey, Havoc, we brought you some eggs for the sausages that you made. We just gotta wait for it to lay them.
All right.
The chicken.
Did you steal that chicken?
No. Found it in the woods.
Got it fair and square.
The
Why
chicken
don't
is
I believe you?
the chicken is pouting in a corner.
This chicken has a lot of personality, though.
Oh, little sap.
Chicken understands English, just so you know.
I think later that night, does Volley have a blessed book?
No, I have a blessed scroll.
What? Scroll of Bless.
Scroll.
No, a blessed book. The book that Atlas has.
Yes, I bought
You
one.
bought one of those. All right. Later that night, we'll scribe some of these spells in.
I can give you guys a list.
Yeah, you just send it
Put them
to
in the
us.
drive or something.
Yeah, just put it in the drive or something. We don't. It's all right. We'll look at it in a little bit. Here, okay. Just take a picture of it.
You could.
Photo memory it.
I need to reorganize my spell list anyway. It's
A disaster.
And thus, the adventure.
The adventure ends, and we're both in the little rope trick, and music starts playing.
Wait.